Alright, hello. What's up, everyone? D-Brigade hype, let's go. Yes, sir. D-Brigade gets some pretty good support, and I have a lot of opinions about it, having playtested it a little bit. Togemon Turbo Tier 0, do I love Togemon? I also have a lot of thoughts about plants. I have, weirdly enough, I've played a lot of BT14. Let me tell y'all, I've played a lot of BT14, so I actually have quite a few thoughts about the set. 2023 Year of the Greymon? Yeah, spoiler alert, I think War Greymon's the best deck in the format, but not in the way you might think it is. No way, Hoang Zero livestream? Oh my gosh, whoa. We are taking those black Agumons to the moon, sponsored by the US Army. Listen, I don't know about to the moon, but they're pretty good. Togemon is the best green card of the set. Is it the best green card of the set? I think Palmon is better, but we'll get. Well, I'll get to that in a second. Agubond is gonna go crazy. Agubond is pretty good. Probably not like competitively viable, but it's fun viable. It's very fun viable. Lugumon is the most hyped thing about this set. Lugumon is very fun. Lugumon is pretty like solid. But, you know, obviously we'll talk about it more when we get there, but I think Lugumon is a deck that needs one more wave of support before it can truly be tier 1, and I'll talk about that when we get there. But hello, welcome everybody to the Hoang Zero, stream. Much appreciated. I finally got a new computer, so I now have the ability to stream much more. I can stream TTS now. It's kind of crazy, right? Is Agumon the next tier 0 threat that will outrage players into another ban list? No. What? No, probably not. I like strongly doubt that. Very, very highly doubt that. Lilymon Ace is crazy. No, I think that card like Loki is very mid. Siakumon out here saying nice try red removal. Siako's pretty good, yeah. Skull Greymon is interesting with Warp Greymon and Bond. Yeah, Skull Greymon is actually a very, very interesting card. I definitely will give it that. I think it's a really nifty play. I think you can build Agubond in two different ways now. One where it's just much more focused on the bottom end, and another it's more like go into the Skull Greymon combo. I think it really like just really just depends, honestly. But both sound like pretty like solid in my opinion. I think the issue with Agubond that you're gonna like run into more often than not is that like you have to play out these tamers to get value. And these tamers are very low to the ground kind of tamers where they don't give you like a huge amount of ceiling. And you have to like think about the payout, right? So like, okay, so you swing Greymon for like 2 checks and you're getting like all this draw and everything like that. So the 2 SRs that have not been announced yet are the Ghost Rares. So like Ghost Alpha, Ghost Omni kind of thing. But yeah. So with Agubond, you swing for 2, you do all these checks, really good stuff, cool. But the issue I think you're gonna run into is that a lot of top end just has like really solid protection and they can just wall you out. Just because like so many decks have like blocker inherently already. So yeah. We will have a couple of people join us like throughout the stream, and you know we'll throw around some of our opinions here and there about the different cards in set 14. But yeah, I've played a lot of 14 so far already. Why, you may ask? Because this is the first true hallmark of a new era of Digimon, alright? This is the first set where we have an entirely new designer, right? Because the designer who was responsible for, you know, BT9, BT13, BT12, all this other jazz, is no longer with Bandai, or is no longer like the lead designer for Digimon at least. So instead we have a new designer, and in an interview, he announced that he officially began around RB1, so Rising Wind 1. But knowing how just card games internalies work, generally speaking, they're probably gonna have like the first like few sets planned out already. So more than likely, if I had to take a guess, RB1 plus BT13 were probably already like halfway designed already. So I would have, if I had to guess, BT14 is the first true like significant like set from like this new designer. Hence why is like entirely like they reworked the card border. You know, like if you look at like the top left hand corner, it's entirely new aesthetic. That's why we very much so minimize on like how many like dual color cards are there. Like look at all the Agumon cards; they're all mono black, mono red. That's a very significant thing, which we'll talk about. But which is the best Ace card? Metal Garurumon Ace. If we're talking strictly in set 14. Then, let me think. So I think it's Zudo. I think Zudo is the best ace in set 14. If it's strictly set 14. But if it's just all around, I think it's Metal Garurumon. That new Metal Garurumon is like so ridiculous. And yeah, the new Agumon, this card is very, very good. This is a very, very, very good card. But hot take, I don't actually think this ends up being the meta build for Greymon. And again, I'll talk about that when we get to that part, but in testing, I actually think Black Base is the way to go, personally. I think Black Base is the way to go purely because of the mirror matchup. So that's what I'm thinking, and I haven't had like too much testing because obviously the red stuff just came out yesterday, so I haven't had a lot of time to test with that and between work and everything. But having tested Black Base a lot and just having previous experience with like Greymon-esque mirror matches, specifically back in BT11 when prepping for nationals with the Black War Greymon dynamics and stuff like that. Based on BT14 Hoang testing, mem blockers will come back in the meta. So if you don't know, I have recently been on like a huge like boost train, okay? I've been playing 4 training boosts and like 2 to 4 memory boosts in almost every single deck I've been playing. And the reason why is because there is just so much value in being able to just like chill, stock up, and then make one huge play. Because Digimon, the way I've been playing Digimon, and it's increased my win rate a significant amount ever since we got the new training boost, is I just force my opponent to make a play, and then I react to it. So if you guys remember back in like early Digimon days, it was whoever brought their stack out first loses the game, because then they would get wiped out by the back stack. Well, now I can do something very significant, like very similar to that via stacking my boosts. So now I can play a much more a reactive game plan. And I've previously said like, oh, I hate like reactive decks. Well, this isn't reactive in the sense that like it forces my opponent to make the worst decisions possible, and then they're just gonna get clapped for it. And this was all inspired by Chungman, actually, because I watched him versus I'm friends with Chungman, and his opponent at the time, the Black War Greymon player, was Nume, one of my friends. And Chungman deadass, he had a mushroom on his back, and he just played memory boost 4 turns in a row, and then came out, popped off, and BAM! And I was just like, huh, I want to do that. That looks fun. That looks like a good strategy. So yeah, I definitely think that going forward, I think that's a very, very valid way to play the game. I know a lot of people don't agree with that style of play, but in testing, it has yielded a lot of success for me personally. So that's probably how I'm going to adapt my personal playstyle going forward, is much like more value focused rather than like having like good quality cards. I'm gonna have ways to get to those good quality cards, right? All right, for real, I'm keen to see Black Base then. Yep, I think Black Base is very, very good. Every deck just has 8 cards solved. Now, I don't think you play like 4-4 off the bat. I think it's more like 4-2 minimum kind of dealio, but that's like my personal preference. Classic Green Good Stuff versus Lord Nightmon. Yeah, dude, that was a fun format. Blitz is talking about the best format. Yeah, dude, like BT4 is my personal favorite format. I love BT4. Also, hey, what's up, Tasty? But yeah, so I think we are going to have a lot of good stuff. I'm hoping that people, end up joining chat. Hang on. Yeah. But yeah, so I have a lot of things that I definitely want to try out. Let me go ahead and post this link actually to Facebook. Completely forgot about that. And like, let's really pull in the people, because I want this to be as like interactive as possibly can, right? Whoops. Okay, one second, guys. Join the Hoang 0 stream all of set 14 and do some viewer deck review. Okay. 3 training and 3 pride and D brigade is goated for real. Do you guys want to see my D brigade deck actually? So right now I'm just kind of like waiting for Zero to get on, because Zero, I know like if you saw the most recent tier list, Zero wasn't there, and that's because Zero works like this insane job. But it's the weekend, so he should be available now. And if not, we'll start a little bit. But so this is my current D brigade list, and I know it looks weird, like it looks really weird. I get that, I understand that. which honestly, I kind of want to change things around really quick. Probably go like that, and then do I keep the pride? Do I want to keep pride? Pride is probably okay. Okay. So, looks like me forgetting to put D-Brigade stuff in the bulk box I sold is paying off. Hell yeah. I have switched to my Digi account. I am the Terriermon guy. Hey, welcome back, man. Also keen on... Okay, so this list. So we've tested D-Brigade a little bit. By a little bit, I mean like 2 days straight. Because when this stuff first released, everyone was super excited for it. And when you think of D-Brigade, you think of like that Rookie Rush-esque playstyle, right? You think of like, oh, I'm gonna drop all my Commander Mons and just go like super low to the ground and stuff like that. Now the issue I have encountered in my own experience with that is, if you think about it, if Rookie Rush D-Brigade was good, it would have been seeing more success in like since like a hot second, right? Like, when was the last time D-Brigade really saw like true success? Not since I would say BT7, really, right? So off the bat, I'm like, okay, well, Rookie Rush D-Brigade doesn't sound very good. And you're like, okay, but they got all this new support, so like surely it's better, right? And I definitely would say like, yes, it's better, but in the same sense, every other deck also got better. So I don't think Rookie Rush D-Brigade is the way to go anymore. Instead, I've opted for a more go tall sort of deck. It's a go tall sort of deck. Because we're just trying to focus on getting the Brigade German value as much as possible, because you have protection against everything except for DP-. So through this sort of style, we're just trying to play like good stuff value, trying to like amass as large of a board with like layers protection, and then you have like all these powerful options. And so because of the way the D-Brigade style works, I think how you can go about it is like you can stack your boost, and then you make your single turn, you go the D-Brigade, go tall stack, and then you just pop off from there. I love the Rookie Rush version. I think it's probably going to be better. I definitely think that the Rookie Rush version is valid. Don't misunderstand. I think it's valid, and of course, with more extensive testing, that may be the case. But in my limited testing that I've currently had, because again, all the cards came out like earlier this week, I do think that this go tall style of deck is pretty good. It's pretty solid, and I would definitely like. I don't know. I guess it really depends on like how the format shapes up, because the biggest drawback to the Rookie Rush style is that you're much more susceptible to board wipes, and you're much weaker to just removal in general, because you're less likely to evolve over the high command German, which is another like one of those layers of protection. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And so we go the 14 command Germans, because obviously you want to have a high abundance of them, and then you go on your level 4 accounts. Well, I only play 8 level 4, and you're like, oh, where's BT4 Steelers German? And then to my response to that is BT4 Steelers German fucking sucks. And so because you have so many ways to cycle through your deck, because you have the ability to mem boost / training boost, I feel like you're consistently able to find your level 4s regardless. Your level 5s, you have the Cardoga, you have the Tank German, both are really good value, and then you have the Brigade German, and then Dark German. Dark German is less of a finisher and more so of a way to keep me from decking out, because you deck out pretty easily in this deck. And then DCD Bomb. DCD Bomb is a very interesting thing. I don't think the card in and of itself is very, very impressive. The one thing I do like about it is the fact that you could play it off of your Brigade German or off of your Cardogamon, because those cards specify D-Police card. So if I Brigade German and I rip the bomb, I can just hit them with it on their card. And I think that is pretty nifty. And then Trident Arm, very, very good. Forcing your opponent to attack after de-devolving them, and you have a massive field of blockers, and you just fucking whack them. Really good. Tamahime, the more I watch this deck, the more... So initially, I wasn't a big fan of Tamahime off the bat, just like looking at it. But in practice, Tamahime is... The reboot's pretty significant, so I definitely say that. Kazu is really good. I think Kazu is very, very good. I think my only gripe with Kazu is I can't play Kazu for free, but I can play Tamahime for free, which is a pretty good pro. But yeah, and then Death X. I think if you want to beat Death X as this deck, you just like slot in Shikurimon. But other than that, yeah, like Death X could potentially be really, really, really good, I would say. Death X is much better in this format than it has been in previous formats, I would definitely say. But enough of that. We're gonna go ahead. Share screen. Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey.
You could have just said something. You know that, right?
I just want to let you finish.
Okay.
You were going off.
All right. Well, welcome. As everyone knows, this is Zero. And let's see here. ST16 Matt. Only play this card if you're on Kazu. If you're not on Kazu, this is not worth it. Because you're just not going to be able to consistently proc it. Okay, but going straight into things. Well, actually, first of all, James, how do you feel about BT14? Just your thoughts initially, right?
So, this is assuming we have no ban list, right?
Right.
Like we're thinking no ban list for BT13 stuff, which I doubt will be the case. We'll probably get
a ban list, yeah.
It really depends on what they hit. How they hit Shine matters a lot.
Right.
Because they can effectively kill Shine as a viable tier 1 deck, or they can just nerf it a little bit. I think the way they nerf it a little bit is a hit burst mode, right?
Right. But they probably won't. Let's be honest, they won't.
The way you would hit it is you either hit burst mode or you hit the level 5 rise. If you hit the level 5 rise, the deck's a lot worse. Because if you hit BT12 rise or the BT 13 rise, those are the one that's really important because they recur your Marcus.
Right.
I think if you hit one of those, their consistency go down a little bit.
I think
it'll make them a little bit slower, but I don't know if that's like strong enough of a hit. I think if you hit BT12 Marcus, you kill the deck.
Bandai's probably gonna hit it to 1. If I knowing Bandai, they'll probably hit Marcus to 1.
Yeah. If you hit Marcus to 1, I think the deck is really weak because that's like one of the main advantage of the deck was having Marcus. So like, there's probably not a real reason to play the deck if they hit BT12 Marcus.
Okay.
But with all that said, so it depends on the hit. But I do think, I mean, obviously War Greymon is probably tier 1.
Right.
The card guy is just very good. It just really depends on which version ends up being the viable meta to build, because actually Greymon is kind of difficult to build in BT14 because unlike before, you can't just like slot in whatever you want. You now have kind of like a color split in deciding how you want to build a deck, right? Because if you go all the red support, you run into consistency issue of grabbing starter deck tie from the new starter deck, which is a really important card. If you go all black base, then you lose out on some of the red support, and then you also have consistency issue playing like the old Greymon X from BT9.
Yeah.
If you don't have protection, this deck feels kind of weak, because especially if you're playing a lot of the starter deck War Greymon from ST15, because I think Ace is a very punishing mechanic if you get removed.
Yeah, for sure.
So that deck's probably tier 1.
I mean, I think War Greymon ends up as best deck in the format, just virtue of it.
I don't know about that, actually.
What do you think is a better deck than War Greymon? Assuming there's no ban list. Assuming there's no ban list, right?
Well, the thing is, here's the thing. I think I think War Greymon is in a good position to contest the 2 or 3 decks that's currently popular in BT13, right? But you have older decks that are just as fast that might see a resurgence.
So I don't think it's a matter of speed if that's the issue. I think it's a matter of, you generate so much free value. Like, for example, the starter deck Agumon and the starter deck Greymon, when an attack is redirected, it's a gain memory on both players' turns. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, no, it's like the new support is really good.
It's insanely good, yeah. But I
think it's tier 1. I don't know if I'm willing to say it's best deck in format yet until it sees some play. Because I think it really depends on which versions you play.
Yeah.
I don't think the secret rare War Greymon is that good to where you can play as you can't play it as your main boss. It's like it's okay. It's like a follow-up card, right? So your main boss option is like what, BT12 War Greymon, which is kind of mediocre.
So to that, and this is having like tested like quite a bit of this deck for BT14 format. I truly think that you probably have like one or two bad matchups. Mostly, how popular those decks end up being is to be seen. I think Galgamon can be a really bad matchup, purely off of virtue that you cannot redirect their mock Galgamon swing, which is really problematic actually. But other than that, I think into majority of the decks in the game, I think you just generate too much value. It's too difficult for them to actually break over you.
Have you tested into Bloom?
Yeah, so into Bloom, it's actually it's not too bad at all. I think that matchup, depending, is probably like 50-50 at worst. But I think the thing about the matchup that you can like really swing it into your favor is the fact that you just have like access to that toolbox, right? Like it's not hard for like Greymon style of decks to spec into cards or like specific tools that handle Bloom especially well, right?
Yeah.
And so I think to that logic, I think at worst, like Bloom, very powerful deck, probably going to be a tier 1 contender in the format, more than likely if I had to put money on another tier 1 deck. But yeah, 50-50 into it, I don't think it's too terrible. And then like
I think okay, so here's another thing, and this is just from simply looking at the cards and reading the cards. I think yellow has a potential tier 1.5 or tier 1 deck.
Yeah.
In the meta, I just don't know what it is yet because they got so many good cards.
So I don't think good stuff yellow is going to be it. I wouldn't be surprised if Maste ran.
Do you think? I think Maste gets a lot better, but do you think there's like a world where like a yellow hybrid variation can work with all the new support?
I feel like yellow hybrid in the new support. I mean, like, how would you run it? Because I guess just Angemon plus hybrids, right?
Yeah, you have Angemon plus hybrid. You have some nice top end.
I mean, I guess at that point you're just playing good stuff yellow. Really, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, let's not kid about it.
Fair.
I do think though that Maste has a really solid chance of making a resurgence, just because of how strong this new support is for Maste. Like new Patamon,
I think
Angemon is really good.
New Angemon solve a lot of issue for the deck is because you can. The issue with Maste before is that you go in on a play, right, and then you're slow to follow up because all your recovery play is very slow.
Yeah.
Right. So if you ever get board clear, it takes you an additional turn to recover. With Angemon, what you're able to do is you're able to go out and remove the threat, and then you're able to hatch and says, "I'm gonna have a Galomon ready for next turn." So that to me, that's very potent. Granted, we still don't know if that makes the deck fast enough to compete because it's still kind of slow.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, I know,
but
Vincent or Hayes for those of you that
I tested. Okay, so fun fact. I tested the purple Melga list into Vincent. So
okay, to be fair, not every deck is as fast as Melga. Hold up there. Hold up.
Right. So I'm just saying I've tested the new variation of Melga, which plays most of the purple support. I think that deck is at least tier 2 to tier 1.5. Is very good. Even with all of the hit they've gotten, they got the new Wergarurumon, the purple one, in the new starter deck, and that one that you swing twice.
Yeah.
So you're still able to kill them from 4 in a lot of situations. So that deck is still very potent in that sense. It's a little bit less oppressive than the BT9 variation of the deck, but I think there's something there, especially the as I was playing that deck felt super consistent. As long as you open something playable, your hand is not an issue because I dug to, I want to say, 15 cards left in deck by like turn 3.
Okay, so before, and I think we should start moving on to the actual set review, the last thing I do want to mention, that I failed to mention earlier, is that in the Bloomlord versus Wargreymon matchup, I think versus red base, you're probably fine, but against black base, they might just be too big for you to ever swing over.
Okay, so I know you've been testing into this, but your opinion on Lugamon?
Tier 2. It's a tier 2 deck. As of the current moment, it doesn't have enough dark animal support because all of the previous dark animal support is really bad. Or I wouldn't say really bad, but it's very mid. And so as a result, the deck ceiling doesn't feel as great as it could be. A straight up OTK is not as consistent as you would imagine it to be. So as a result, what ends up happening is you do like 4 to 5 damage. You can't do the finishing blow, and then you get your board cleared on the follow-up play because that's just what Digimon decks do nowadays. And then you're just sitting there, you're twiddling your thumbs, and like life is a little bit.
Yeah, because you're forced to pass over 3 to 4 memory.
Right, because of how Fenrir works, you're passing 3 minimum. So you're basically just giving them a free memory tamer. Then off of that, that's enough for a lot of decks to just come and clap you. With all that being said, okay, so going straight into the set review, new Coralmon. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw 1. This is just worse BT5 Coralmon, right?
Yeah, the only I can't think of a scenario where this matter.
I can't think of how this would ever be better than BT5 Coralmon. So that's.
I guess like if you don't have to swing the stack, you can have a secondary stack swing, but you're playing War Greymon, which is a single stack.
Yeah, you're playing a single stack deck, so.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah. Bukamon, your turn. While your opponent has no Digimon with equal or more sources, gain jamming. This is a good card.
That's insane.
This card is very
card's
good.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fact that this says if they have no Digimon.
Yeah.
Meaning that this works on empty board is insane.
Yeah. No, this is unironically. If Melga still had like War Garurumon promo, this would be crazy in Melga, right?
Yeah, if you ever play,
this is still crazy in Melga because you could just play blue based with purple top and kind of bullshit.
Yeah. If you ever play a blue based aggro deck, I think you run this deck just because like it just guarantees your stack for pressure.
Absolutely, yeah. This is such a powerful egg. Like this is a very very good egg. Tokomon, once returned, when a card is out of your security stack, draw 1. I mean,
it's good.
It's good.
It's fine.
It's. I think security control will really appreciate this one, frankly. I think security control will enjoy this. I think yellow in general, when they're playing stuff like TK and whatnot, I think will really enjoy this.
It's like a minor upgrade for yellow because it's like there's other eggs that draw.
Well, you had Vixie, you had Upa, and you have Cupid. 2 of them are when attacking, and the other requires you to play an option.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
It's just a more consistent. This is your 4 of egg if you're playing any sort of control yellow.
Right. Tanemon. Once per turn, when an effect suspends a tamer, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP for the turn. This is pretty good. I don't know if it necessarily is better than the Kokomon from EX4, and I don't know if it's necessarily better from It's not Toby. What is the egg from BT12?
The issue with
BT12 burger egg.
Yeah, so the issue with this egg is that it requires for you or your opponent to have a tamer.
Right.
And sometimes you don't have the luxury of playing a tamer, or you don't draw a tamer early. So sometimes like early to mid game it become a vanilla egg.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, definitely, I think this is a good egg, but there's a lot of contention between this and like the other 2 eggs that are really viable and green. Also, why is 0 better than Hoang? Go away, Dan. Go away. All right.
What's up, Dan? What's up, boy?
All right, Miss Simon.
How you doing, buddy?
When attacking once per turn by returning 3 cards with D-Brigade / Digipolice from your trash to the top of your deck, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. So, initial impression, this is like a really easy way to stack your deck for your effects, right? It's a free, easy way to get plus 2,000 DP. Reality of it, this is a great way to not deck out because holy shit, you get to deck out very, very often in this deck.
Because Neo Brigade support everything says mill.
So Cardogamon and Brigader specifically are mill whatever remaining cards. Which it turns out you go pretty quickly because you go from like Brigadramon, you play Cardoga, and you've just built 6 cards. So yeah, this is good egg, but for a different reason than you may expect. And then Beaumont. Beaumont is really good.
Great card. Amazing card.
A Digimon card with Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos. Trade its trash from your hand. This Digimon may Digivolve into that card. Yeah, no, this is absolutely cracked card.
It's core to the deck. I don't think you can play the deck without this card.
You deadass cannot. There is no other Digi-Egg that you should consider. This is the Digi-Egg for Lugomon. But yeah. Going into our red cards, starting us off with the SR already, we do have Agumon. Agumon is Digivolve for 0 from Coralmon, so like yellow Coralmon, black Coralmon, whatever you really want to do. Start your main phase, if you have a tamer with Tai Kamiya in its name, Digivolve into specifically Greymon. This is key, specifically Greymon.
Yeah. From
your hand without paying cost, ESS, if you have Greymon or Omnimon in name, plus 2,000 DP. So this power creeps promo Agumon, which is totally fine because it's a promo from 3 years ago. Like I'm okay with that, frankly. That promo was like $10. I don't have to pay $10 anymore for that shit. We're set. We're cool. this effect is super powerful. This saves
Yeah,
you so much
this
memory.
card essentially says gain 2 memory.
Yeah.
So if you turn 1 play evolve this play tie, turn 2 move out you with 1 memory, you can evolve BT5 Greymon, get 1 memory back, go to 2, evolve a level 5 and choke out 1.
Yeah.
It's so strong.
Yeah, and so do mind that it specifically says Greymon, so you cannot evolve into Greymon X, which I think is actually very, very significant. With all that being said, this card is absolutely fantastic, very, very strong card. But in testing, here's where it comes up. In testing, I really didn't want to play red base. Red base kind of felt mid. Just because you lose out so much value from like having black cards, and so you may go like, oh, well, what if you go like, well, because like it's Greymon, right? So like Greymon evolves Agumon for whatever cost, blah 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 blah, all that other stuff. Then you're losing out on value from your memory boost and from your training boost, because then you lose that consistency. If you're going like mixed bases or mixed colors like red black, because they're all monocolor, all this new support, which very good decision on the design's part. Very good decision to make them monocolor, because it makes deck building much harder. Yes.
Is it really good decision when they still have the box text evolution condition?
I think it is. Making it so it cannot be grabbed by any memory boost is actually so significant.
No, I think that part is good. I was always I do not like the 2-color Agumon. I think that's bad for the game.
It is bad for the game. It is 100%
yeah,
bad for the game.
I do not like 2-color rookies.
Yeah. But yeah, so fundamentally, this is a very good card for red base. By all means, play it. But I think, and I talked about this on stream a little bit earlier. My playstyle has evolved to the point where I'm just playing so many boosts to just like grab value via that, and then extend my turn significantly. So that's my personal opinion, and I think this card, because I want to play black base, it's just not the wave. Because like the other Agumon, the other SR Agumon, or it's not SR, is it SR? But no, it's not an SR. But the other Agumon from starter deck 15 is good enough. It's super good. I'll take it. Yeah, card is good. Card is good. Do I have a black base list to show? Yeah, I can show a list later on. Okay. Before we move on, James, do you have any last thoughts on this card? Because I know this is like one of the craziest cards.
I think so. The issue with black base is, like I mentioned earlier, your consistency in being able to evolve into Greymon X for protection, then you're forced to play stuff like Altars, or even like the black base Agumon X for protection. And I think maybe you can get away with it, but the fact that one of your best card is the Ace War Greymon mean that this playstyle where you're not consistently getting protection is done.
I'm gonna stop you there because I don't agree with that.
You don't think?
No, I don't think so, actually. I think, realistically speaking, if you're focusing on Ace War Greymon, I think you've already lost the fight. I think it's a nice 1 or 2 of, really. But,
what's the War Greymon that you mainly play?
So, okay, wait, I'm trying to think how to word this. So, Raid War Greymon, BT12 War Greymon, I think is a much better call for the meta.
Right.
Because it is so much more impactful in the mirror, especially. And I think that's really what a lot of Greymon decks are going to have to build for, is winning the mirror. Because, like, you naturally, like, yeah, you do well into all these other decks, but if you lose to the mirror, then it's all for naught. So I think the BT12 War Greymon is very, very good in that specifically. Being able to get the reboot on that turn, plus 3,000 DP for free, is very, very significant. Because to my knowledge, we have maybe one other War Greymon that actually gains DP, correct? On both players' turns, mind you.
Yeah.
And so I think you're better off building around that, and then having like a toolbox arsenal of other War Greymons, rather than focusing super heavily on that Ace War Greymon. But that's my personal thing. That's my personal opinion.
Just show the list later. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Gizumon. Gizumon is when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. Cool.
It exists.
It exists. Good talk. Gatsumon. All turns, players cannot play Digimon by effects. Red now has a Pomubond / Pillowmon. This is good.
Yeah, good to have.
This is very good. Yeah.
It's a single stack color. Having this to deny board flooding seems fine.
No, this is very good. I definitely see a world where just any red deck could just slot 2 of this in order to deal with Bloom Lord more effectively. I think Bloom, Maste, Lugamon even, right? I imagine these floodgates will get a little bit more value going into the BT14 format. But yeah, really good card to have. Kakatorimon, 4 cost jamming. I mean, it's Tyrannomon, right?
Yeah.
That's not much more I can say about that. Monochromon is 2
It's
cost
a blocker.
All right, cool. It's a cheaper Cordramon. All right, moving on. Greymon.
Mid.
Yeah, this is a very mid card. But hey, let us read it first, okay? 2 cost from level 3 Agumon and name. When attacking, this Digimon gets plus 2k for the turn. Then you have tie, gain a memory. And then his ESS is promo Agumon, so gain plus 2,000. So this is not very good in normal War Greymon because why are you swinging on your 4? That kind of just sucks. It's probably it's okay. It's fine with Advance of Courage, which is a black card. So
No.
Oh,
See,
what's up?
this is Agumon support.
This is Agumon support. That is correct. Yeah, no, chat was like super excited for Agumon.
Yeah, you just play like you basically just have a better Agumon engine now. You just play Agumon.
Yeah,
that's
no,
it.
I mean,
that's it.
You play 4 of this, 4 of promo Greymon, and you just call it a day, right?
Yeah. You just evolve this. Like you can move out. Like you can turn 1. Set up the tie, move out. With the new Agumon, evolve into this, swing, get memory, do all your setup, and then like on the follow-up turn, do Agumon or something. I don't know.
And
Like
so
it's fine.
with new Agumon, this is 9,000 DP, so it's pretty significant because it swings over a majority of 5s in the game. Not most 5s don't hit 10,000 anymore nowadays. And if they did, they were vanillas, frankly. Not even frankly, they are vanillas unless they're like Cyberdramon from EX2.
Yep.
But
yeah. That's not much to say about it. Just move on.
yeah, it's Agumon support. It's not actual War Greymon support really.
Yeah.
But this is a good card. This is actually a good card. Yeah. 3 cost, red or green. Start of your main phase until the end of your turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with Tyrannomon or Dinosaur / Ceratopsian, reduce the cost by 1. And its ESS is it can swing. It's basically Blitz, right? It's just Blitz.
Yeah.
This is a good card. This is a very, very good card for Tyrannomon decks. Do I think Tyrannomon decks are good? No. Even though
it's fine. It'll be like Machine German. They'll get 1 card a set until eventually they're playable.
Okay, but it keeps getting a card like a support every set, and like it still is not doing enough. But like whatever, I digress. They even got the new Rust Tyrannomon Ace card, which I mean it's cool. It's pretty good actually, but. Yeah, this is a good card that's just waiting for something to like push it over the edge. Specifically, it just needs better top end, man. Top end is so bad. Your bottom end is fine. It's just your top end. Metal Greymon Ace. So Ace mechanic. For those of you that do not know how the Ace mechanic works, is so it uses the Blasted Evolution. For right now, anyway. Blasted Evolution. So when your opponent attacks, after they've resolved all of their abilities, you have the counter timing, which allows you to blast Digivolve, so you can evolve over your Digimon for 0 cost. But if this card is removed from play, then it triggers Overflow, which then gives them an additional memory. So in this case, you Digivolve into Metal Greymon Ace for 0 over level 4 on your opponent's turn, and then if this were to be removed, your opponent then gains 3 memory. So if they remove it with like an option or something, gain 3 memory. The issue with Ace at the current moment is there's way too many ways to remove a stack prior to the Ace actually going off. A lot of decks have when attacking pop a card, they have options that'll pop a card, when digivolving pop a card, really just a lot of things that'll just go ahead and like remove the stack before you even get to resolve your Ace. I found that a lot of times you're just going to end up digivolving to the Ace card naturally, and that's totally fine and everything like that. You can slam it for 4. Slamming for 4 is really good, but of course, keep in mind, you're losing out on a lot of inheritables, and then if it gets removed, you're still paying that 3 cost. So
this is probably the weakest of the Ace effect.
Yeah, this is the weakest of the Aces. I agree. On play, when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. I mean, you snipe a level 4 or lower. Good job. Congrats.
Yeah, it just does a lot of nothing. I think there's better Metal Greymon to pick from.
Oh, 100%. Okay, Megadramon. When attacking, once per turn, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less.
Machine German support.
This is Machine German support. It's actually pretty good Machine German support, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Just because having the ability to pop things unrestricted by cost is pretty nice. Because there are a couple of 6-cost level 4s in the game that you then can't pop via when attacking, like Leomon, for example. Leomon being 6-cost. So with this new Mega Dramon, you can actually go ahead and pop that Leomon. So that's like a thought you can consider. Okay. And you do have Triceramon, 2-cost, but it's not a vanilla because it has Raid.
It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
It's not good, but it's neat. It's very neat because
like we're moving away from. I guess we're starting to power creep vanilla now, which is fine. I think we're late.
Totally fine.
We're late into the game where, yeah, I am okay if they stop printing vanilla altogether.
I definitely agree. Which actually, did we get a vanilla this set? I don't think we did. We did not get a single vanilla this set.
Huh.
Yeah, we got 0 vanillas, actually.
Yeah, these single keyword cards seem to be the new vanilla.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Somebody said, I never understood why people called Ace Digimon hand traps. They're not hand traps. They really aren't. It's so much easier to play around this than like an Ash Blossom.
Yeah, they're not hand trap. They're very specific condition.
For sure.
And they require very specific setup, and that's a huge drawback to playing them. Like,
having gotten vanillas in a while, I'm pretty sure we did actually. I think we actually got vanillas in. Oh, we didn't get vanillas in BT13. That's right. Okay, so we didn't get vanillas in BT13. Obviously we didn't get it in this stuff. We did get vanillas in BT12, however, right? Right? Yeah. Swimmon, Footmon.
Yeah.
So actually, interestingly enough, we stopped getting vanillas ever since the new designer came on board.
Okay, I'm about it.
Good man. All right. Dino Rexmon. When Digivolving, Blitz. All turns while your opponent has 1 memory, your opponent cannot play Digimon with 6,000 or less DP, and this Digimon gets plus 4,000. I mean, it's a good card that's a little late to the show. I don't know how good this card is anymore.
Yeah, it's swing for 15.
It's
plus, and then it's 15 plus.
No, it doesn't swing. It doesn't swing for 15 because it's when your opponent has 1 or more memory. So on your turn, it's actually only 11.
Yeah, but when you evolve and you blitz with it, isn't it 15 because your opponent has 1 or more memory?
Oh, I guess. Yeah. Okay. If you're specifically blitzing with it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. With Dino Rexmon, I think this is a card that would have really thrived back in like BT8, for example. Like BT8, this would have been insane. Like you would have built an entire deck around this. But nowadays, I just don't think there's a lot of value in floodgating at your opponent like that when it's just so easy to play around it. So I think this is a good card that's a little too late. Not sure if you feel like differently about it.
I mean, it's fine. It's just like a random card. There's not much to talk about.
And then Gold Dramon. On play, when Digivolving, because 4 Great Dragon Trials. Play 1 Amon and 1 Umon, so Russian blocker respectively. And when the Digimon would Digivolve or leave the battle area, delete all of your Amons or Umon, and if you delete it with this effect, recover 1.
Dude, this card's so cool.
This card is a very, very cool card. It's so cool to actually get like the double tokens out.
Yeah.
I think the really cool part about this thing is that it gives 4 Great Dragons a new like tool to play with, like something that actually puts on pressure.
Yeah, like it's like it feels like a new boss card. Like they threw 4 Great Dragon in the bone.
Yeah.
I mean the deck's still not good.
No, the deck still sucks ass. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you can do this cool ass play now where you play this for free and you get like 2 tokens and you're like bam.
Yeah.
Swing for 2.
It's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then moving on to blue support. Otamamon. Opponent's turn. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, trash the bottom 2 sources of their Digimon. This is actually pretty good. I know it doesn't look good and it doesn't read good, but in Source Strip or just like good stuff blue, this is actually pretty good. This is actually very.
Well, it makes your opponent lose a lot of value.
Yeah, so like they lose out on their egg, they lose out on their rookie, and that could be like a DP boost, for example. And losing on that DP boost means that they might lose to something in security. But also, it's finally time we got oh no, we already got a blue Otama. That's right. Never mind. We got blue Otama in BT12. JK.
Hey man, it's Frost Relgamon support.
True. New Gomamon. I love this card. Absolutely love this card. Start of your main phase, choose a card from underneath one of your opponent's Digimon, trash it. This Digimon cannot be blocked for the turn. Opponent's turn, when this Digimon be deleted, you may play 1 Gomamon from under this Digimon's
This deck.
Yeah, this is really good for Aegis Dramon. This card is really really cool. Being able to be unblockable is actually a pretty nice niche. Yes, you still get redirected, which definitely sucks, but also selecting what source to strip, it's pretty good. This is a good card that with more support towards the archetype, which we are confirmed going to get because of Metal Siege Dramon support in BT14, this can only get better. So very very happy.
Yeah, maybe Aegis Dramon can finally be a real deck.
Yeah. Siakomon, it has Evade, which I know it doesn't. This is actually really good.
I think this is really good. I think this is actually like a really impactful comment. Evade on a rookie is so significant.
Yeah, because now you can hard slam that rookie, and then like there's a much higher chance it actually sticks around, which is really really good because that's another way to like you impose lethal and whatnot. So Siakomon is actually really really good. And then Gesselmon. When attacking, choose one Digivolution card under one of your opponent's Digimon, trash it, then return one level 5 or lower with no sources back to their hand. This card by itself is not very good. In combination with other cards, it could be very good. But who's really bringing out their 5 onto the board and leaving it, right?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've read this card. I didn't even know this card's in this set until now.
Yeah, it's not a lot to write home about.
Yeah, I definitely missed this during the reviews.
Alright, Ikakumon. When Digivolving. Choose 2 cards underneath your opponent's Digimon. Trash it. Fantastic. Really good. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon with a number of Digivolution cards less than or equal to this card cannot attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Very good. When attacking ESS, one of your opponent's Digimon with less than or equal to this card's sources cannot attack. This is a good card. This is actually a very, very good card. In combination with Gomamon and Bukamon to be unblockable jamming, this is actually a very, very good card. I like this card a lot. I think it's going to be interesting to see what decks are able to utilize this card. Pure Source Strip, I think, is very interesting. I don't know how good it is. This is also a very good Hexablow card, interestingly enough. So maybe we can see like some like tier 3 Hexablow deck rise up. But this is a good card. This is a good card. Alright, and then Gekkomon, it's basically just Automamon, but like on a level 4 slot, which I think is a lot easier for Blue to do, because Blue has like much better level 3s than it does level 4s, so it's easier to allocate this effect to your level 4 slot than it is your level 3 slot. So that's sort of we do have the Shellmon, which is just Evade on level 4. Again, same logic as Siakomon, so it's just generically good.
It's a lot worse. It's a level 4 that costs 5. You're not gonna play this.
I think. But there's also you slam or you get out a free 3, or you slam a 3, and then like you get the value. Yeah. A lot of Blues 3s do have on play value. Then you your
level 4 slot is a lot more competitive than your level 3 slot. You can play a couple Siakomon. I don't see any deck ever playing this.
I disagree. I think 3 slots in Blue are much more competitive than 4 slots in Blue. Frankly, I feel like most Blue decks just end up playing hybrid because they have to fill in the gap somehow anyway.
I still rather play. I think. No, I disagree. I think your blue. I think your level 4 slot is really important.
Well, what's a blue deck that isn't Melga?
What's the deck from BT14? What's his name?
Mirage.
Yeah, Galga. There we go. Yeah.
So with Galgamon, I think it's it's. With Galgamon.
Okay, let's be real. You would never play this in Galgamon.
You wouldn't play this in Galgamon because Galgamon's so like archetypal anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
My question is like, what would you even play this in? That's like
strip.
This deck's where you can randomly fit in 1 or 2 rookie.
I think.
But fitting this into like any real deck is way harder.
I think.
But anyways, I don't care enough to argue.
I don't care enough about it either. Okay, Zudomon. Zudomon is Blast Ace. On play, when Digivolving, trash 2 sources from underneath your opponent's Digimon, then return one of their Digimon with no sources back to their hand. I mean, it's just good. This is probably like the
this is way better than Metal Greymon.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is probably like one of the this is one of the few ace cards that actually gets around to removing stuff.
Well, the other thing is, right, this card actually support your game plan, because your game plan is you're moving out and you're swinging, right? Like, I don't know why you would ever want to move out early and swinging like something like Greymon. Yeah. But in this deck, you have your entire engine that starts swinging.
Yeah.
And now your opponent loses source. If they're trying to evolve and punish you, or they don't have a way to remove you without swinging, this like immediately get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
You just like they say you strip a source from like a existing body, and they have like one source left and they evolve, and then they try to swing and you go bam ace, bounce your thing.
Yeah. No, this is
Like it's good.
This is probably like the best ace card in BT14 specifically.
Yeah, because it gets rid of the cards attacking.
Yeah.
Really, that's really it.
Yeah. Okay. Marine Devimon, on play, when Digivolving, return all level 3 Digimon to their owner hands. I mean, it's cool. I don't know. Don't really have much to say about this. It's nifty.
Yeah,
if Rookie Rush existed, this would be better, I guess. Shogun Gekkomon, blocker. All turns when a Digimon's source is trashed, this Digimon cannot be deleted until the end of your opponent's turn. I mean, it's just a big beefy blocker, but like, it's not. It's just an uncommon. I'm really not like too pressed about this. I don't think I would ever run this, realistically speaking, because why would I want to sit on a 5 when I can go to a 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plusiomon. When Digivolving, trash 3 cards from underneath your opponent's Digimon. When attacking, if your opponent does not have a Digimon with equal or equal or more sources than this Digimon, unsuspend this Digimon.
I like it.
I mean, I think it's good. I just what deck would you play this in?
Nah.
I couldn't tell you. I think it's a cool card that doesn't do anything. That can't find a niche in any deck. Even in Source Strip, I think Source Strip has better.
Yeah. Why is it 11?
Why is it 11,000? That's a great question.
I guess like it has jamming, but like.
Well, it has jamming with Gomamon, but
yeah,
it's not inheritable. It's not like actual jamming. Or no, jamming with Gomamon. Jamming with Buka. It's jamming
yeah,
with
I know.
Buka.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. Okay, Marine Angemon. On play, when Digivolving, so a weird Kenta support out of the woodworks. By returning one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon or one of your own Digimon to the hand, return one of your opponent's Digimon with level less than or equal to the blah blah blah. Once returned, when another Digimon is returned to hand, recover 1. This is Aegis-Dramon support. If funny enough, because you can bounce back your Aegis-Dramon, bounce back their 7 or less, and then you can evolve Aegis-Dramon over the Marine-Dramon. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's nifty. It gives Aegis-Dramon another form of like proactive removal, I guess.
Yeah, it's a car.
Yeah. Elecmon, when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP. Pretty sure we have like 50 of these.
Yeah, it's minus DP in yellow.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Chumon, on play, add the top card of your security to your hand, then place one card with Sukumon's name from your hand to the top of your security. On deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. For Poop Deck, this is pretty good.
Let me ask you this: do you think Poop Deck is finally good? It's gotten like 5 wave for support. I feel like every set review we have gotten has had some sort of Poop Deck support for like the last 4 or 5 set. Is it finally good?
Good is a strong word. Good is a strong word. I think
it's a neat deck, but I'm just like.
I think the biggest thing about this deck is that you can play with the Suka Curse so much easier, right? Like Suka Curse is such a powerful card, being able to like on demand turn something into a Sukamon. With all that being said, and this card like stacks the Suka Curse, which then procs it. But like, it's decent. It's like decent. Yeah, like I think Poop Deck is like cool. This card can actually heal you at 0. That is very true.
Yeah, neat.
Patamon. This is really good card. Also, I'm gonna turn my light on real quick. Hold up.
Yeah, Patamon's insane.
Okay.
Yeah, Patamon's nutty, dude.
Did you read the effect or no?
I have not.
Okay.
You can do it.
Start your main phase. Look at your security stack. Then this Digimon may Digivolve into a card with a vaccine trait among them. If you do, shuffle. If Digivolve with this effect, you may place one yellow card with a vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom. ESS, when a card is added to your security, gain a memory. This is crazy. This card is crazy. This card is absolutely nutty. This is straight up just one of the best cards in the entire set, honestly.
Yeah, this is a flat upgrade over Ignitemon for Maste.
No, this is legitimately such a huge buff to Mastemon, because it lets you evolve into Gatomon for free. Like,
yeah, what's funny is I like I told you, I tested Mega into Vincent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this card would be really insane, but I just would never let him get it off because I would move out in turn 2 and start swinging and put him to like 2.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I would just hit the Gallowmon out of security, so he'd just lose the target. So the way you were playing to this is you just have to play really aggro.
Mm-hmm.
But if you play a slower deck, this card get insane amount of value.
Yeah.
Because they can do so much setup. And the fact that you can gain a memory on the first stack and then another memory after Master is insane. It's the same value as Ignite.
Yeah. No, this card is absolutely like ridiculous just how like powerful it is. For sure, yellow came out like pretty like well as far as everything in terms of like the quality of cards in this set. Realistically speaking, BT14 is a low power set, but it sets a really good precedent is how I view it.
Yeah, because it also, one thing of note, as mentioned before, because it's vaccine, it also worked with all the Shrine Greymon stuff.
Yep, and somebody did mention with BT13 Geo Greymon, you do get a free tamer from security. But yeah, okay, moving on. We do have new Sukamon, security. At the end of your battle, play this card, for free. So Synergy with Shumon, and then on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Unimon, it has barrier. I hate barrier. This is a bad keyword. Why? Centarumon, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. When attacking, one of them gets minus 2k. Okay. Cool. Magna Angemon. So it's an ace card. On play, when Digivolving, if you have 5 or less security cards, heal 1. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1,000 DP for each card in your security stack. Cool.
It's kind of okay, but it's also kind of a detriment at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not...
You think that is like better than the old Magna, but the ace mechanic just let your opponent extend plays that they normally wouldn't have access to, which is like really scary for a control deck when you're just giving your opponent free reign to just like dumpster you.
Yeah.
So, I would say this is strictly better than the other Magna. I wouldn't play this over the other Magna in security control all the time, because I guess it depends on how much you value giving your opponent extra memory. But I feel like giving your any tier 1 deck the extra memory in this kind of meta is just
also
asking to die.
This is definitely more so of a would you even play this over regular Magna Angemon in StatCon? I don't think you would.
No, not really.
Also, people in chat were asking for a BT14 Maste list. This is the list. This is the preliminary testing list from Vincent, aka Hayes, one of the best Maste players in English format, in our opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah, this was the list I was playing into.
Yeah, this is like.
Oh yeah, so Kudamon is unironically
Kudamon is so good.
So Kudamon is a huge buff to Maste as a deck because I don't know how many of you play Maste, but one of the issue with Maste before is Maste did not have a searcher.
Yeah.
So they rely on memory boost, which is inconsistent because of your deck is dual color. So sometimes you don't have the right color. And you have to slam the Gallowmon to search for your pieces, which is fine, but it costs 5. So a lot of time you needing to slam the Gallowmon means that you can only have one player a turn. This new Kudamon let you search for your pieces and then still evolve a level 4 in the back. It's so huge.
Also, it grabs Mirai, which is so insane. Actually so insane, dude. It grabs Mirai, it grabs TK, and that's such a huge buff to this deck. I think BT14 Mastemon actually has quite a bit of like potential. Like I think this could be like, really good.
Yeah, like Maste issue was never the top end. The top end was really strong. The issue was getting there because your low end was bad. Also, by the way, that Angemon is obviously secret rare Angemon.
This is secret rare Angemon. For the record, this is secret rare Angemon. At the time this list was made, the card wasn't on dev yet.
But yeah, I was testing and I was playing into this list, and it just felt really strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good. I think Mastemon has like a pretty good niche. Okay, Edamon. Digivolve from Sukamon Security. If you have 3 or more cards with Sukamon and its name in your trash, play a level 6 Edamon for free. On deletion, place this card at the bottom of your security stack. It's cool. On deletion, put an Edamon at the bottom of Edamon from your trash at the bottom of this card. Gain 2 memory. And your turn, if this is Nume or Monzemon in name, gain 6 + 1. There was a combo. I forget what combo it was specifically, but it allowed you to get like a bunch of free memory because you just You play the Nume and you play the Monze, and the Monze would. Oh, I think it's Kuzaha actually. I think it was Kuzaha Wolfclaw.
Yes, that was a combo I
Yeah.
presented to you.
Yeah.
But you have this, and then you go Kuzaha Wolfclaw.
Yeah, because the Wolfclaw plays out the Monzaimon, and then yeah, so you Wolfclaw the Monzaimon, and then the Monzaimon sucks up the Numemon.
Yes, so then you have a Kuzaha stack, and then an armor push stack,
Yeah.
and then it costs the evolution costs like 1 memory.
Yeah, it's a 1 memory Evo, so it's cool. Gigimon. On play, when Digivolving, you may place 1 Tamer card from your hand at the top of your security. All turns when a Tamer is played, you may play 1 level 3 from your hand without paying cost. Okay. Good talk. Seraphimon. When Digivolving, recover 1. All turns, once per turn, when a card is added to your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP, and this card gets +1 security attack for the turn. I mean, it's not...
It's just better. It's a better version of the old Seraphi.
So, I think the one caveat to that is old Seraphi does cost 3, and this does cost 4.
Yeah, I know,
which,
but
you know, in Digimon, that one cost could like matter a lot, right?
Yeah, but this is also 12.
Yeah, that's also a pretty good thing. So, it's cool. For Vaxing Tribal, this is probably like a really good card to play along with like Venusmon and stuff like that.
The minus 7,000 DP is actually really significant because that number let you hit a lot of threshold. So, it's good in that sense. And granted, I don't think Yellow have a lot of memory issue, especially this set. I mean, this also costs 3 with the new pattern, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely.
Right.
This is a pretty solid card, and with Messenger of Hope, especially, it's just really good.
Yeah, so you can easily go into this and get -7 off of the pattern, and then follow up with another play. So it's pretty good.
For sure. Kunemon. On play, by suspending this Digimon, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add a green card among them. Bot deck the rest. I mean, it's cool. I don't know, man. Like, I'd rather just play a training boost.
Yeah.
Kodokugamon. On play, suspend one of your Digimon. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. I mean,
it's an Insectoid.
That doesn't matter so much right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know. I think I'd rather just play Flower Cannon. But new Palamon. All right, now we're cooking. Start of your main phase. One of your opponent's Digimon gets all turns. When this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory. Your turn once per turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green Tamer, reduce the cost by 1.
I really like this card, but I feel personally, I feel like it's one of the weaker SR rookie in the set.
Yeah.
Primarily because this relies on your opponent having something on board to actually get any value.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
That's the weakness of this card. It's like, is inherent in Digimon design. Like a lot of the cards that's relying on your opponent having specific pieces on board, especially like a rookie that in a green deck where you're trying to move out early and get tempo. So a lot of time this is like I've tested this deck a little bit, and a lot of time this card is a vanilla because of that. The second effect is neat, but we already have that effect in the other Palmon.
No,
like in Lalamon.
Wait, yeah, it's the other Palmon doesn't do it. It's Lalamon.
I'm sorry, but all plant Digimon look alike.
Okay, a little. All right, buddy. But yeah, no, like James is saying, this Palmon, it's very reactive. It requires your opponent to have something on board for you to actually get value from it. And then you also come into the issue where for you to actually get value with this, it implies you have to leave it in raising as a rookie. And if that's the case, then it gets a little bit awkward, where then you're not able to evolve in raising, and now you're just losing it on free value potentially, right? So card's a little awkward. I think it's good, for sure. It's just a little bit awkward. Funny enough, this card is actually really good with Genai if they have a second stack. Funnily enough.
Yeah. Alright, moving on.
Yeah, Kuwagamon. It has jamming. Alright, good talk.
This is Ogomon with 1,000 extra power.
Yeah, Togemon. Yeah, somebody in chat mentioned it earlier, and I didn't agree with them, but like thinking about it now, yeah, I agree with them. Togemon is probably the best green card we got in the set.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah.
This guy's insane.
When you would play a green Tamer from your hand, tap one of your green Digimon, reduce the cost by 3, so Mimi becomes, new Mimi is 0 cost, old Memory Tamers are 1 cost, really good. ESS, once per turn, with this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green Tamer, reduce the cost by 1, yeah, I mean, card's good. Card is good.
Yeah, card's just good.
Card is good. There's not a lot to say about it. It's 3 costs, so you can play it off of Ayatarmon as well. Like, it's just
Mhm.
good.
Wait. It's 4 costs. Calm down. It's 3,000.
3,000 DP. 3,000 DP. Play it off of Ayatar. Look, man. Alright, Dokugamon. On play, win Digivolving. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then all of their Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Wait. Okay, all your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less, don't unsuspend. Okay. Cool.
You think a Leomon aggro deck is real?
No, but it's fine. When attacking, if you attack an opponent's Digimon with higher GP than Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a level 6 Leomon, ignoring, for a cost of 6, ignoring color requirement. And then, if it has Leomon in its name, ESS, gain plus 2,000 DP. It's cool. It's basically, it's literally a warp Digivolve, so, allows you to get some really cheeky plays. It's just kind of a shame that all your top-end Leomon cards kind of suck ass. And because it's specifically Leomon, you're forced to run cards like Dino Rexmon, Saber Leo, etc., and none of those are very good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
There's Leomon support.
Lily Ace, on play, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then return one of their Digimon 5,000 DP or less to the bottom of the deck.
I think this card. Okay, I actually think this card is really good, mainly because of the colors in. It's in green, meaning that you often have extra level 4 to evolve into just by playing your game plan normally, and it also deal with 2 bodies. So I think it's good in that sense.
So I don't think the 5,000 DP comes up a lot. So, like, the bot deck 5,000 doesn't come up as much as people want it to, frankly.
Yeah.
But the tap 1, when combined with Palmon, is so powerful. Because it's guaranteed you're getting back that team memory, right? So Lilymon Ace becomes like a 1-cost Evo, and then with Palmon reducing the cost, it becomes like it's a 0-cost Evo. Like, it's just nifty. It's just really cool.
Yeah. It's a cool card.
Yeah, for sure. But overall, I think this is like this is probably like a 1 or 2 of in most plant-based decks if you run it at all.
Yeah.
It's just it being an ace card obviously gives it drawbacks immediately, and green isn't a color that has protection, so it's if it gets like yeeted by your opponent's stack, then like it do be what it be, I guess.
It's not a card you ever play 4 of, but I can see
sure.
this like a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah, I agree. Piximon. On play, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon cannot unsuspend until the end of your opponent's turn. GGmon support, baby! Right?
This was so close. If this just says your opponent cannot unsuspend Digimon.
Is this GGmon support? It is! Let's go!
You know, if they just give green more card that says your opponent cannot unsuspend during the next turn, it will be like really strong. In a lot of scenario.
Wait. Oh, no, like this effect specifically? Yeah, this is a really good effect, actually.
Yeah.
Card is good. Being able to stop your... Because, like, the issue with green used to be, like cards like, what's an example? Puppetmon. Puppetmon is a good example. Puppetmon, your opponent they did not unsuspend at the start of turn, but they can unsuspend throughout the turn. This prevents that, so that automatically makes it...
Well, this says one of your opponent... Wait, is this a...
Hey,
wait, is this...
Nume, yo, you got a typo on Piximon, man. Come on.
Is this opponents or opponent Digimon? It has to be opponent Digimon, right?
It's definitely opponent's Digimon. Okuamon, end of opponent's turn. Once per turn, by suspending one of your Digimon, reveal top 5, add 2 green cards. Why is it an end of opponent's turn? That's so ass. Alright, Panyamon.
This is never going off.
No, it's never going off. Panyamon, Piercing, when Digivolve. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, it's counted as Leomon. Your turn while this Digimon has Leomon in name, plus 2,000 DP. You tap something, swing over it. Yay!
It's like 11?
Wait, what?
With the egg, it can be like 11, right?
Oh. Yeah, it's 11. I think it's cool. Yes, I don't know. Rosemon, when Digivolving, when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon/Tamers. Once per turn, when a Digimon or Tamer becomes suspended by an effect, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So this Rosemon allows you to double attack, and then on the first swing, do damage, and then unsuspend, and then burst mode, burn, swing. It's cool. It sounds really good on paper. And this motherfucker over here was like, dude, this is so good. Like, this is so good. This is so good. And I was like, okay, I'll test it. And then I tested it. And every second of my life, I was like, why am I not just playing Bloom Lord? This is just worse Bloom Lord.
Look, man, you were complaining about needing to be on board to play Bloom, and this doesn't need to be on board.
You're right, and then it just does so much less than Bloom. So at the end of the day, just play Bloom Lord. But yeah, I mean, like, it's in theory, it's really neat. But the issue is for you to get extra damage out from like Lilamon or Lilymon ESS, you have to have your opponent has to have a Digimon that's suspended, and that's not guaranteed to happen always.
Okay, next way of Roseland support, make a token for your opponent.
I mean, yeah, that would work. But yeah, with Rosemon, yeah, it's just too reactive. Bloom Lord at least almost guarantees the 2 check off. It's and then it masses a board and like you just hope they don't remove you. Say Realiomon, piercing, when Digivolving. By unsuspending this Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. And end of turn, this Digimon can attack one of your opponent's Digimon. Actually, this is just Dire Rabbitmon, but for Leomon, more or less.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't know. Like, it's nifty. I don't think it, like, does anything insane. It's just nifty. Speaking of nifty cards, however, Kokuomon. It is ESS blocker, but if you ever played Black, you would know that Black doesn't have a lot of cards that... It doesn't have... I don't think it has a level 3 that gives you blocker, actually. Now that I think about it. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. I guess Chuchumon, but you need save, specifically. That's really not... Yeah. Yeah, no. Like Ludomon, but Ludomon is like you have to have red or Legend Arm. So yeah, Kokuomon is the first non-conditional blocker ESS for Black.
Yeah, we seem to have gotten quite a few of those this set. Like,
yeah, no, this is actually such an insane like pickup for Black. Because now having guaranteed access to blocker in your level 3 slot is so significant, especially in decks like Geoboromon. In testing Geoboromon, the only way to gain blocker was through EX1 Geoboromon, which is a white card, so it's not searchable by boost. But Kokuomon, you actually can give your Geoboromon stack blocker. Good card. Very good card. Top 10 cards of the set, in my opinion. New Commandramon. On play, reveal top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with D-Brigade or Digipolice to your hand. ESS, if the Digimon card would leave the battle area other than by your effect, delete one of your other D-Brigade cards and prevent the lead from play. It's good. It searches. It's a consistency booster for your deck. On play, so if you play for free, search. The ESS is very powerful, giving you protection, more in line with like other Black decks. This is just a very good card. I really don't have a lot to say about this. It's just generically, it's just good. It's just good. Not sure if you feel like any differently about this.
No, it's just good. It's support that D-Brigade really needs.
Yeah. Chuchumon, on deletion save, and that's blocker, but it's a 1-cost Devo, so it's just worse Kokuomon, but I guess in like Bagra Army Dark Knightmon bullshit, something, I don't know. I would just play Kokuomon. Numemon. On play, win Digivolving. By placing 1 Tamahime from your hand under this Digimon, it gains Rush, so Tamahime gives you jamming plus reboot. And then it has blocker ESS. I mean, it's cool. For Digipolice, it basically 3 costs, get a body, and cheats out Tamahime. Gains Rush, so it can be used as a finisher. Like, I don't know. Like, it's nifty. I'm down for it. And it also gives blocker, so that's pretty cool as well. Card is... I think this is a good card. I think it's a good card. Just not, like, super insane or anything like that. Damemon, Retaliation, on deletion save. ESS blocker. This is better BT2 Devimon, I guess.
Do you even play this in Dark Knight?
No, not really.
Yeah.
High Command. Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah. Oh, I was saying, like, they don't have the name, so you can't cheat them out, so it's
Okay. High Commandramon. When attacking, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Play 1 D-Brigade or Digipolice with a cost of 3 or less. Without paying cost, this card is treated as Commandramon, so you can play it off of the BT4 Commandramon. All turns, same as Commandramon, when this Digimon leave play other by your effect, pop a D-Brigade and prevent that. So, really good protection. The when attacking is nice, because you can get out 3 bodies. You play free off your BT4 Commandramon. It doesn't specify Digimon, it specifies card and its ability, so you can play Tamahime for free. You can play, you cannot play DCD Bomb, but you can play Tamahime for free, so that's cool. Vegemon. On play, when Digivolving by returning one Digimon card from your opponent's trash to the top of their deck, gain a memory. It's cool. I mean, like it's deck stacking is nifty. It's really about it. I don't know. 3 cost, potentially 1 cost Evo stack a deck. It's cool. Datamon, all turns, the Digimon cannot be deleted by your opponent's effect, so this is supposed to be in line with the ace mechanic. You play this for cheap, and then your opponent can't just outright remove it without like bounce or DB minus. So it's just really good synergy with ace mechanic. Also, yeah, High Commandramon being 4 cost does mean you can play it off of Pride. That is correct. Black King Numemon. 3 costs from Nume. On deletion, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Monzaimon among them to your hand, and play 1 Numemon among them for free. ESS blocker. So get your Monzai, plays a Nume. You can Monzaimon over the Nume. It's board extending for the Nume deck, which I think is kind of nifty. But like outside of that, I don't think it's making any waves. Cargo Dramon. On play, when Digivolving, reveal top 3. Play a card with D Brigade, cost 4 or less. So DC Dbon, Tamehime, High Commandramon. ESS, when one of your other Digimon is deleted, reveal top 3. Play Commandramon for free. Trash the rest. So it pop a body, replace a body. So when you're using your layers of protection, you'll get back another body to compensate with. Card is good. Play it off of Brigade Dramon. Do you have any thoughts about this one?
No, I think all the D Brigade new support kind of does the same thing. They're good at flooding more, but they're neat. I just think that play style is kind of very punishable right now. So I don't know how good the deck is gonna end up being.
Yeah. Because
like removing bodies multiple times is way easier than it used to be. So the play style is kind of vulnerable right now. They need some sort of like extra layer. Maybe not protection. Protection will make it really.
I think in my opinion, they need more cards that pressure. They need more like reward for getting the bodies out. All right, and then you do have Vadamon. Vadamon on play when Digivolving, reveal top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. De-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon for each card revealed, and return the rest. Return the revealed top or bottom. This is actually a really good card. In testing, I actually really like this. Just being able to like mess with my opponent's like stack. So that way, like, oh, there's your key card that you need. It would be a shame if it got bot decked, you know? Like, I don't know. Card is generically good. Easy access to De-Digivolve at the caveat of you're hitting a Digimon off your opponent's top 3, which is more than likely because majority of their deck is comprised of Digimon. I don't know. I'm kind of just a fan of this card, and it works on play as well.
It's a very interesting mechanic. I want to see more of it. Actually, it's just a really cool effect. Maybe if this could be a real deck, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I should see another line that says, "Hey, it's like name the top card of your opponent deck. If you get the name right,
that would be cool. That would be really cool."
Yeah. Right?
Platinum Numemon. 3 cost over black or yellow. 3 cost over all Numemons. On play, when Digivolving. By trashing 1 card with Numemon from your hand, gain 2 memory, so it becomes a 1 cost Evo. On deletion, or 1 cost Evo or 8 cost Hard Slam. On deletion, you may play 1 level 5 or lower card with Numemon or Monzaimon from your hand without paying cost. I mean,
it's good with New Monzi. Yeah. Because then when it dies, like if your opponent killed this, you can potentially skip the turn because Monzai gained 2 memory.
Yeah, for sure. I think the only issue with this card is that if it gets bounced or bot deck, you're just donezoed.
Yeah, it's a purple card in disguise.
Yeah. Ebemon. On play, when Digivolving, reveal top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Delete any number of your opponent's Digimon with a total play cost less than or equal to the play cost of one of the revealed Digimon. So in combination with like Vegemon, this is actually like some very interesting form of removal. I think there's easier ways of removal in black, but this is one of the more interesting ways to go about it. Also,
I'm just glad to get this card in the game.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to see that we finally got it. And then Brigade Dramon, so one of Black's SRs, or last SR we got in the set. When Digivolving, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon that their play cost is total up to 7. Delete them, so if they're on like a level 6, you're not deleting shit. Opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with D Brigade get blocker. Cool. So when you swarm your board, they're all blockers. And end of your turn, reveal top 3 cards. You may play any number of D Brigade / Digi Police up to a total play cost of 7 among them and trash the rest. So this floods all of your important 4s are either 4 cost or 5 cost. So if you play high Command Dramon, you could follow up with a 3 cost Command Dramon. If you play 5 cost Seals Dramon, you can follow up with a 2 cost Command Dramon. Or you could play 1 Cargo Dramon. And then the Cargo Dramon spawns out another body.
Yeah, like I said before, the deck is good at flooding bodies, but it kind of still doesn't do anything with them. Like blocker is neat, but like I would prefer if this card says every time one of your D Brigade or D Police card dies, to gain a memory or something. I don't know.
It just needs better.
Something offensive, something offensive, something give it value. Like this is, I mean, this does get value. It's a neat card, but it's like this deck still doesn't pressure enough to win the game.
Yeah,
it's just too slow, and like this play style is just feel too slow in the current meta.
For sure.
Like Bloom just does what this deck is trying to do a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The one caveat is that this deck has protection, unlike Bloom, but the difference in pressure is very significant. Gazimon, on deletion, gain a memory. It's just Sukaimon, but in BT14. Cool. Gobblemon, when a card is trashed from your hand by your own effect, gain a memory. This is really good Titamon support. In a world
it's good for a lot of decks. There's a lot of decks,
Yeah, for sure. It's really good in just a lot of generic purple decks. I agree. Lugomon. Okay, so finally, we're cooking. Purple SR. Start your main phase by placing 1 AG from hand or trash to the bottom of this card. Gain a memory. Very significant. Very, very significant. Your turn, when a card with Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos is played, gain a memory. Again, very, very good. This is a very, very good SR. Being able to get the AG out for free, so then you get your Alliance / blocker, that's a plus. Gain a memory. Okay, now you're at 2 memories, so you can guarantee Evo into your level 4. And then with your ESS, whenever you play a card, when you spawn a body with a lot of your cards equal to you, gain an extra memory. Again, very good. In the grand scheme of things, you can go into your level 4, guarantee that Evo, and then you could swing, discard off of one of your effects with Bowmon that allows you to Digivolve into level 5, and then your level 5s have their own effects as well. So this card is very, very good. And having a recursion for AG is also just fantastic. I don't know. This is just a good card. This is probably like one of the better cards in the deck.
It's one of the better cards in the set.
True. This is very true. Fangmon. On play, when attacking, return 1 purple Digimon card with the Dark Animal trait from your trash to your hand. Then trash a card from your hand. This is actually very good for the Lugomon deck because A, it's a Dark Animal, B, it's an easy way to discard, and it also gives you recursion. That's a 4 cost as well, so it's very cheap to slam. I don't know. It just does a lot for the deck. I think this is better than Sangloopmon, unironically. So
yeah.
Ogremon. Your turn, when a card is trashed from your hand, gain a memory. Nifty. Your turn, when a card is trashed from your hand by an effect, gain a memory. Fantastic. Yeah. Cool. Alright.
Titamon is cooking.
Titamon is cooking, yeah. Lugarmon. When attacking, by trashing 1 card from your hand, draw 1. If AG is in the source, gain a memory. That part of the effect doesn't go off as much as you'd think it does. But then the ESS, if Dark Animal, Sons of Chaos is played, gain a memory. That part will go off. That part.
Yeah, this deck just get like a billion memory.
Yeah, and then also your turn doesn't pass until your opponent's at 3, so like you're just playing with an extra 2 memory. Devimon. On play, when attacking, trash top 3 cards of your deck. Your turn, the Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for each card, every 3 cards in your trash. On deletion, trash 1 card in your opponent's hand without looking.
It's a neat card. I just don't know what it goes into. Like, what do you play this in?
I have no clue. I mean, people are gonna try to play like Don Devi probably with this, but
that involves playing Don Devi.
Yeah, for sure.
It needs the Devimon deck needs a couple more Devimon cards to be playable.
Skullgreymon. Skullgreymon is this is basically just Agumon support, but 3 crossover Greymon. When Digivolving, by trashing 1 card from your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. Delete one of your Digimon with the lowest level and one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. And then on deletion, you may play 1 Agumon from your trash without paying cost. If you have tie on your board, then it gets rush. Yeah, it's just Agumon support. It gives you a form of removal that's very consistently. It's very consistent. It allows you to get out the rush Agumon. Agumon can Evo into like Greymon, swing out again. That Agumon can go into Bond of Bravery. There's just a lot of things you can do with this deck, with this card specifically. I think it's a really neat extender.
Yeah, like Unironically, we may get like a playable
Yeah.
Agumon deck after this set.
Skull Satamon. On play, when did you only trash top 2 cards of both players' decks? Your turn, when a card is trashed from your opponent's deck, gain a memory. So it becomes a 2-cost evolution. I think they're just trying to make it so you're playing like mill your opponent out support, which I think is really cool. And I think in a meta where like decks are just slower, this could be like a very viable strategy. But as of right now, I don't foresee that being too strong. Also, somebody said, here's a scenario. Your opponent's at 2 memory. You swing with Fenrir Luga. It dies to security. Does your turn automatically end? Yes.
Yep.
Hell Lugar. End of your turn, delete this Digimon, draw 2. Then you may return 1 Lugamon from your trash to your hand. On deletion, trash up to 3 cards with Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos in your hand. Then delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every card trash, add 1 level to that that you can choose. So up to level 6. This is actually a very good card. Very strong form of removal. Allows you to proc Analog Youth, so you can sometimes just keep your turn entirely. Get the Lugarmon back from trash. Evo immediately into Lugarmon. Lugamon. I don't know. This just does a lot. If you swarm your board using the Fenrir Luga, then you can end your turn with this card and then pop something and then draw 2 and then like you're just doing a lot. This is a very good card.
Yeah, like this deck does. It's like the deck just does a lot of things.
The deck does a lot on paper, but it's just missing that like little bit of a push to like really get it over the edge.
Yeah.
Soul Lugarmon. When did you evolve?
Unironically, it's missing an Omnimon.
It is kind of missing an Omni, yeah.
Yeah, if it has a BT5 Omnimon, this deck might legitimately be like threatening.
Yeah, that blitz. When Digivolving, you may play 1 level 3 or lower a card with Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos. If AG is in your source, add 1 to the maximum level, so Revival level 4. And then when attacking, trash 1 card, gain a memory. So, of course, a lot of synergy with, like, Beaumont, for example. ESS, when a card with Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos is played, unsuspend this Digimon. So, the combo you can do is swing this, trash 1, gain a memory, proc Beaumont effect, Evo into Fenrir Luga. Fenrir Luga, go ahead, Fenrir Luga effect, play out a Son of Chaos / Dark Animal. That will immediately trigger the Soul Lugarmon, unsuspend, swing for 2 checks because of Alliance. On the unsuspend, swing Fenrir Luga effect, pop your opponent's Digimon, unsuspend again, that's another 2 damage, and then you swing out for, you can swing for 2 damage. So it is a 6 damage swing that doesn't lethal. But if you have Black Gatomon, it's lethal. You just need a lot of pieces. Yay! But this is a good card. It's really strong synergy inherently with the rest of the deck. And then Ghoulmon. When Digivolving, when attacking, for every 10 cards in your trash top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, so it's just Daemon support or Creepymon support. When attacking, if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their trash, sec +1. Cool. Alright, nifty.
I don't know why it has a sec +1.
I think this is better at milling out your opponent than Creepymon is, so that's cool.
Yeah, but why does it have the sec +1? I would prefer like additional BP or something.
I don't know. Also, the Lugamon deck kind of does need an Oryukin. Yeah, I can see that. Which their Oryukin ends up being Pulsemon, so.
Yeah.
Fenrir Luga.
The deck is probably very incomplete, right?
Yeah.
Because we know it has a level 7 form.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to get that. It's probably going to be like insane after that. But currently it's like not there yet. This is like playing BT8 alpha or slash X antibody, the black X antibody deck at the moment.
Yeah. Like
it's neat. You have like the Oryu, you have the his face?
I mean, it's just BT7 X anti, right? So it's just Doru Gora.
Oh no, you have BT8. BT8 support. You have like Oryu. It's kind of there.
Where's our Oryu, man? Where's our?
No, I mean like the deck power level kind of feel around that.
No, it feels like it feels like BT8. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, like the BT7 X antibody deck was really bad.
Okay, it wasn't like really
this feel a little bit more. This at least has like another wave of support of Dark Animal you can use, right?
Yeah. All right. Fenrir Luga. This is the card that everyone's like, oh my gosh, whoa. When Digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 or lower card. One level 4 or lower dark animals slash Sons of Chaos from your trash. If AG is in your source, add 2 to the maximum number of Digimon you can play by this effect. So it plays out, it plays 3 bodies out, which, very cool. Very, very cool. When attacking by deleting one of your opponent's Digimon, level 3 or lower, unsuspend this Digimon. For each of your Digimon, add 1 level maximum, so it counts itself as well, so it can pop a 6 pretty easily. And then your turn, the condition to end of the turn becomes your opponent having 3 or more memory. This would have been a better card without the third effect. The third effect kind of shoots itself in the foot, because it means that your opponent's guaranteed a minimum of 3 memory. So it's, if they don't have a memory tamer, you just gave them a free memory tamer, which, yikes. But this card is good. Being able to spawn out additional bodies, as well as getting additional pressure onto your opponent's security, that part is great. That part is really, really good. The only issue is that killing them that turn, a little bit of an issue, and then the clap back, very real, because lack of protection. And
I don't understand the point of the last effect either of this card, because this doesn't actually cost 4. Your ESS make it to where you don't cost 4.
I think the idea is just like, they're probably like, oh, your opponent's gonna have a memory tamer out anyway, so you know, might as well, right? But now if I know I'm playing into this deck, I'm just not gonna play my memory tamer.
Yeah.
So, then you have Tai. Going into timers, right? Wait. So final thoughts. Fenrir Luga. It is a card that reads better than it actually is. It's still a good card, but it's not as insane as people give it credit for.
I'll say this. I think the third effect will be very good once you get a level 7.
Yeah, I agree. Once we get a level 7, it'll be good.
Because what you're able to do then is you can probably like follow up into the level 7 without passing turn. Right?
Well, no, because you would evolve 7 over it, so then you lose that condition.
Well, I assume that effect is gonna maintain once you go into the 7.
My thought was you push past the 1 memory threshold on your turn. So then you're like 2 memory, 1 memory. It should be your opponent's turn, but it's not. Haha. And then you just Evo 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, like it's possible that I think the 7 might keep the same third effect because it's such a unique effect that the 7 might just like, hey, you don't pass turn unless they go to 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe the idea of the deck. But currently, without the rest of the pieces, it just feels really awkward.
Okay, moving on to Tamers, we do have New Tai. Start of your main phase, one of your Digimon with Vaccine trait gets plus 2000 DP. Your turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, tap the Tamer and gain a memory. There's a lot of ways to play Tai for free, so that's really good. Plus 2000 DP, I mean, that's cool.
Oh, this tie is like really mid.
It's
in my
mid.
opinion.
It's very mid. Yeah.
Like both the black ties feel better.
Yeah. The +1 memory. I think that +1 memory is really cool. But again, like, yeah, I'd rather just play the black ties.
But that's like such a weird condition to get +1 memory because usually by the time you're swinging, you're already on the card you want to evolve into. You're not trying to get extra memory.
Yeah, exactly.
So like the extra memory here is awkward compared to something like BT12 black tie, right? Where you get a memory for evolving, I think.
Right. Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a little bit of awkward timing. Joe, on play, trash 1 source from under one of your opponent's Digimon. When a source is trashed, gain a memory. Fundamentally, it's a 2-cost tamer. Trashing any source, very good. They made it a good Joe. Yay!
It's neat. Nothing else more to say about it.
Yeah. Specifically though, in Source Strip, this is actually very good. Like, this is a tamer you can play 4 of in Source Strip and be happy.
Yep.
TK. On play, add top card of your security to your hand. Place 1 yellow card of Vaccine from your hand to the bottom of your security stack. When a card is added to your security stack, tap, gain 1 memory. It's a 2-cost tamer to basically play out, and it pays itself off very quickly. It lets you cycle out pieces, so if you're trying to like unbrick yourself, it's think. But
this card's insane.
It's a great. It's just a good card, right?
Yeah, I think like objectively, you can also say this guy's like almost a better form of the memory tamer TK because this let you stack your security too.
I mean, stacking your security is gonna really pay off when you combine that with the Patamon and with Messenger of Hope. But memory TK having the ability to selectively choose what you add to your hand, I think is really, really strong still. So I don't think this is like necessarily like a power creep version of old TK.
No. It's not a power creep version,
Yeah.
but they're both really good.
Yeah, they're both very good. I agree. This is a
You-
really good card.
You just ban both according to Nume.
Oh no. Okay, we do have Mimi. Mimi is on play. Checked off 3 cards. Add a plant, vegetation, fairy. Great, fantastic. With Togemon, it's 0 cost, so it's 0 cost search. Your turn, when a Digimon is suspended by an effect, by suspending this tamer, gain a memory. Why isn't this TK being played in Haze's Moste list? Where is that list anyway? Why?
Because it doesn't. He doesn't have room.
I don't got, bro. There's no space in here, man. This thing is packed tight to a brim.
It's like it's a neat car, right? So the TK is a really neat car, but for the master game plan, it doesn't do as much as you would think because it missed half your cars. Like it doesn't work with any of your purple cars, so it's a little bit awkward in that sense. And you kind of like you're hoping to use it to high roll basically, but it's fine. Like the memory tamer TK makes a lot more sense in that in master because you can grab purple if you need to.
Yeah. Okay, and then when a Digimon is suspended by an effect, suspend this tamer, gain a memory. Okay, very controversial hot take. I think you play like 1 tamer, maybe 2 tamers tops in Bloom. I don't think you actually play this Mimi in Bloom Lord. Right? And the reason why is because why would I play Mimi when I can just play Boost? Because Boost is for 2 memory and Mimi is for 1 memory. And you can argue like, yeah, Mimi is like gonna give me that 1 memory every single turn if I make that play. But the Boost 2 memory is much more significant, as well as digging 1 card deeper. So yeah, that's how I feel about that specifically. Is I would rather play Boost than this. I am on the train currently where I'm just playing. I think I'm like. You play this? Yeah, you play this in burst. You can play this in burst mode. But even in burst mode, I don't know, man. Like I tested it. I really did test it. I tested it for like a hot sec. And I don't know, dude. I got
him to test it because I didn't want to.
Yeah, he this motherfucker was like, go test it, dude. You play training and boost. You play both. You just play the training and the boost. You just do both of them. Yeah, I don't know. Like I just feel like in both Rose and Bloom Lord, like Memory Boost was just a better Mimi. Like you could play Mimi for free off of the Toge, and that's really great and everything. But now that implies my Togemon is on the board, and now my opponent can whack it, you know? So, I digress. I know it's a very controversial and hot opinion. I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me. That's how I felt after testing for a hot sec. Tamahime, security play for free, starting your main phase. If your opponent is a Digimon, gain a memory. So it's just, it's Hina. It's just Hina. And Mind Link, Nume, Manzai, or Digipolice, and then that Digimon gets jamming / reboot, and you end up any player's turns, play this for free. Jamming is whatever. Reboot is really good. Rebooting your Digimon is really very good. Having a Hina effect is also really great, turns out. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, solid card. AG is very good, actually. If your opponent is a Digimon, gain a memory. So again, Hina effect. Mind Link for Alliance / blocker, and end of either player's turns, play AG for free. The Alliance part is very significant because it's what giving you the extra damage to push, potentially for your game. So yeah, this is really good. You have a lot of ways to tuck it underneath your stack. I think one thing, the deck, a really big weakness of the Luga deck is if you don't have AG, the deck feels very weak. And you're not putting out a lot of damage. No blocker really sucks. A lot of your effects just kind of revolve around having the AG. And so, because like for example, like the DP, having the additional DP is really, really important. So with AG, I would definitely say having additional ways to search this card out would be really good for the deck. And then Genai. Genai is this is a very interesting card. On play, reveal top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 level 3 and 1 non-white tamer among them to your hand. Place the rest of the bottom. Opponent's turn. When an opponent's Digimon level 5 or higher swings, tap this tamer, move one of your Digimon from the breeding area to the battle area. Okay, so before I give my take on this, James, what do you think of Genai?
I think it's okay. It not giving any memory in any way is kind of pretty bad.
So,
The search also doesn't search for itself. It's kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, because
It
he's searching for the kids, bro. He's searching for the
yeah
seven
yeah
chosen.
yeah. I shut up. I
Come
know
on,
another
man.
one. Okay, so like, gosh, the Ace enabler is kind of neat, but I still think Ace is fairly weak as a mechanic. I don't know this word slotting in this car just to make your Ace car work.
All right, I thought about this for a little while. A literal shower thought. This is a Diaboromon card. This is actually a Diaboromon card. And the reason why I say this is a Diaboromon card is because A, it searches for errata. It actually does hit errata, which is pretty nice. But B, you can have your 5 in raising, okay, and you just wait for your opponent to like make a play or whatever. They swing out their 5 or higher, and you bring out your 5, and then
Ace
you
Diaborom?
go into Ace Diaboromon, yeah. And then if you have Decoy Kurosari, you have protection, so that makes it a little bit more difficult because it does spawn the token. If you have pre-existing tokens on the board, you can go ahead and potentially pop something straight up. I mean, I think Genai is just really good Diaboromon support, and I think that's really funny to me, personally. And for those of you that don't know what Ace Diaboromon is, I'm going to pull it up because I know that's one of those cards that got revealed a little later into the season. So it's Blast Digivolution, win Digivolving, / win attacking, play a token for free, and then when another Digimon is played by an effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 3 or less for each Diaboromon you have in play. Increase the maximum cost by 2. So yeah, with the Genai Diaboromon, it's a really powerful combo, actually, that I could think will disrupt a lot of your opponent's game plans. And my Diaboromon list, specifically, if, let me go ahead and pull it up, is so with Kokuomon, blocker inheritable, yay! So now your Ace Diaboromon has blocker. And then we run Gigadramon, because Gigadramon gives you plus 2000 DP on your opponent's turn. So your Ace Diaboromon is a 13k blocker, and 13k is a really good number in Digimon, as it turns out. So it's a 13k blocker, you spawn a token, and you slap your opponent. Like yeah, I don't know. I think it's a nifty combo. People think I'm crazy, but I think you just don't know the truth. Also,
Who's people?
I had somebody in the server yesterday say I was crazy for this idea, but I think it's nifty. Also, somebody said you could use Genai with Shadow Seraphimon.
That's true. That's neat.
That is neat. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that's neat. That's nifty. Okay. Go ahead, get rid of this. And then options. Finally almost done. Mega Flame. 4 cost, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less. If you have a Greymon, delete their Digimon with lowest DP instead. Good card. It's
pretty solid. It's actually really solid.
It's a very good card, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot to say about this. It's cheap removal. Potentially removes like really large stacks if they're playing single stack. Overall, just a very good card. Dragon of Courage. If 4 costs, if you have tie, you may play this ignoring color requirements. Place 1 Greymon, 1 Metal Greymon from your trash to the bottom of your Agumon. Warp into War Greymon. And security effect, play Agumon for free. And add this card to your hand. The Warp Digivolve is pretty cool. Allows you to get basically the ESSs from the Greymon and Metal Greymon. But you're probably going to end up passing turn on this card, which, you know, synergy with this War Greymon, because then you can attack when Digivolving. Yeah.
It's neat. It's a warp effect. Like,
yeah. I think if I ever have to choose between which, like, how to warp, I would just choose this to use this to warp, no?
Yeah.
You always just use this to warp.
So here's the issue with this card. This card is like a worse version of the Memory Tamer Takato. Because
it is.
Memory Tamer... Huh?
Wait, how's it worse?
Because the Memory Tamer Takato has a purpose outside of warping. It's a Memory Tamer, so you can just play it. This card's a brick in your hand until you can warp.
Okay, look.
It's just you're running.
You're not
playing,
wrong. You're not wrong.
you're playing extra pieces to do the warp,
Yeah.
right? But it doesn't have a purpose outside the warp. So like sometimes this card just does sit in your hand and does nothing. So it's like on paper it sounds good and it's like it's fine, but like you're taking up extra deck slot for this warp play, and it's like it's neat. But I don't know, like War Greymon, it's like it's neat. Like I don't think the new security the new secret rare. I keep saying security. I don't know that the new secret rare War Greymon is like good enough for this warp to be like game breaking or anything. It's like it's
not game breaking. It's very nifty. I think it's like it's a cute one IMO. It's a cute one.
Yeah, you went 1 or 2 max and it's like it's there, but like it's not a card that's like insane.
Yeah.
It's like you recover if you lose your stack, because you're actually much more likely to lose your stack right now in this meta than before, because especially if you're playing, depending on which version you're playing, you might not have access to protection. So you need this to help you recover.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really good way to stabilize. I definitely agree. Wave of Reliability. Trash 2 cards from underneath your opponent's Digimon. If you have Joe, choose. Then if you have Joe, if your opponent doesn't have Digimon with equal or more sources, unsuspend the Digimon. It's a 2 cost unsuspend. It's pretty cool.
It's a good card.
It's Deadass, just Victory Sword, but like better. So yeah.
Maybe I can run this in Moga.
You can play this in Null Force, actually.
Yeah, you can definitely play this in Null Force, right? Because you just play Joe.
Marching Fishes. Choose one of your Digimon. 3 of your opponent's Digimon with equal or less sources cannot attack or block till the end of your opponent's turn. Good card.
Wait, does Joe potentially replace V-Tamer Tai? Because it's also a 2 memory.
I can see it.
Tame. 2 memory tamer, and then it will enable this, right?
I can kind of see it, yeah.
Right, because Joe is fundamentally a 2 memory tamer, and you play this in the engine in O-Force, it could kind of work, right? And also, if you play Joe for free, don't you get a memory off of it?
You do get a memory off of that. Oh yeah, no, that actually could be like really cool. Ooh, Source Strip All-Force kind of sounds hot, dude. I'm kind of down.
Yeah, because now when you play the Joe for free of O-Force, then it's a net 1 memory gain. So then that's kind of neat.
That is pretty neat.
Just saying.
Also, somebody said, would y'all consider Ragnarlord a good meta call since it's not affected by other Digimon effects? I think the issue with Ragnarlord is always going to be its consistency, right? Like the consistency is just really bad.
Okay, so the issue with Ragnar, like Ragnar itself is an excellent card.
Yes.
We're talking about Joker's Ragnar, right?
Yeah.
Like the Joker's Ragnar is an excellent card. Still really powerful, great. The issue with that deck is how the hell do you get to Ragnar, right?
Yeah.
And the problem with that deck is most of the pieces to getting to Ragnar is still not good enough. So what realistically they need to get is either another wave of support for the Ragnar deck to where it become good enough, the core become good enough that you can get to Ragnar fast enough, or we potentially get a new deck, something like a new half black deck that's just good by itself, and then you can slot Ragnar into it.
Yeah, and then new promo Zuba is actually very good because it's basically when you play this card for free, which you have a ton of different ways to do that, gain 2 memory very easily, super great. So it's a +2 memory, and it gives you raid ESS. So yeah, Ragnar to me feels like it's on the cusp of greatness. But because it's monocolor on both its black and red components, it makes searching very tricky. Because now you can't play like one specific boost. You'll miss half the deck.
It needs a dual option. It needs like an option that just let you search for both, like just any legend arm pieces. That's what was really missing.
Definitely agree. Okay, and then Messenger of Hope. Look at your security stack. One of your Digimon can evolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon with vaccine. If you have TK...
Did we skip Marching Fishes?
No, we talked about this. This card, we talked about it in Old Force.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Messenger of Hope. 1 cost Evo for fucking free is so good. This is a really good card. This card is insane.
That's really good.
I'm so impressed they printed something like this, because this card, my god, it's really, really good. This is easily like a top 10 card in this set, IMO.
Is this a potentially problematic card?
Yeah.
Whenever I see 1 cost option in yellow.
Yeah, no, this is bound to be a problem sometime in the future. Like it's inevitable. Heaven's Knuckle. Activate one of your following effects. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP. By deleting one of your Angemon, place one of your opponent's Digimon at the bottom of their security stack. Excuse me. This is a good card. This is a very good card, actually.
I just activate Angemon, right? Because
Yeah.
what you can do is you can now Maste play an Anje.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you play this and Angemon in your Maste build, obviously, so you can play like a Angemon off of the Maste and do the Heaven's Knuckle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Heaven's Knuckle plus the Angemon. We'll just skip straight to Angemon since the two cards are like so closely tied together. Angemon, the secret rare for yellow. Digivolve 2 from Patamon, otherwise it's a 3-cost Evo. When attacking, by deleting this Digimon, activate one of the following effects. Place one of your opponent's Digimon with Virus trait at the bottom of their security stack, or one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 DP. On deletion, place this card at the bottom of your security stack. Then, if you have a tamer, hatch a new Digi-Egg. So, and then ESS, on deletion, place one yellow card with vaccine trait from your hand to the bottom of your security stack. Very, very, very excellent card. Being able to snipe viruses is so powerful because the virus trait, there's so many actually meta-relevant virus Digimon. So you have obviously some Gallantmon Coper you can banish into the Shadow Realm. Black War Greymon, Beelzemon, Machine Dramon, yeah.
Yeah, you get rid of that cancel deck.
Yeah, you have like so many excellent like targets to actually snipe with Angemon, Gaiomon, Mervamon, Belphamon. Although Belphamon's not affected by effects, but I digress. Rage mode, you'd be able to snipe Rage mode. You Fenrir Lugamon, force out Brigade Dramon's protection. Like you just have so many different decks that you randomly just snipe. Like it's so good. It's so very, very good. And then with the Heaven's Knuckle, when you delete your Angemon, doesn't actually care about the trait. So that way you could hit the viruses, the vaccines, and the datas. So Heaven's Knuckle plus Angemon is such a powerful combo.
Yeah, it's just another way to deal with all of these. There's so many decks with protection now, so it's just another way to deal with like all these protection decks.
Poison Ivy. One of your opponent's Digimon gains all turns when the Digimon becomes suspended. Lose 2 memory until the end of your opponent's turn. Security, activate this main, add to hand. This is just poison. This is like arguably better poison powder. This is I wouldn't say it's better poison powder. It's like a side grade. It's a side grade to poison powder. Because
I wish this was worded differently. I wish this says your opponent gain once per turn when their Digimon suspend lose 2 memory. So you can play this when they have no board.
Oh. Well, that's just poison powder.
Yeah, I know.
So you just wanted to be better poison powder?
Yes, that's what I want.
No, we should have cards that do reasonably similar things, but they do enough different things so it's not direct power creep. Damn it!
But neither of them see play.
Not yet, anyway. Wait until a blue deck is meta. I'm gonna Poison Ivy the fuck out of them.
Also, it wouldn't strictly be better than Poison Powder because Poison Powder is all your opponent Digimon loses 1. I want to make this it's once per turn. Again, once per turn. So it only activate once and you lose 2 memory.
Alright, nerd. But no, on the real, Poison Ivy, I think this is a card that actually has a lot of potential. It's just very meta dependent, frankly. It'll really just depend on how many okay, if you play this into Old Force, don't they just like scream? Right? Like if Old Force ever becomes relevant. Or this is actually really good into Luga. This is actually a very good card in Luga if they ever decide to pull out early.
Yeah, it's really funny into a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Flowering Sincerity.
Unironically, would make me scream if I'm playing Melga.
Yeah, Melga would scream. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have Mimi, one of your opponent's Digimon cannot unsuspend until the end of their turn. Activate main, add to your hand. Card's not good. Don't play this card. This card is actually not very good. Yeah, no. I would not play this card. Suka Curse. Turn a non-white Digimon, or evolve one of your non-white Digimon into Sukamon. So you can evolve your non-white into King Suka, for example. So it's basically just like a Warp Evo. And then security, change one of your opponent's Digimon into Sukamon. So this card is actually a good card. It just happens to be tied to a really shit mechanic. Ha 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 ha. DCD Bomb, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then by returning 3 cards with D-Brigade or Digipolice from the trash top of your deck, delete your opponent's Digimon up to a maximum play cost of 6. This card by itself is not very good. It's a pretty mid card. Where its strength shines is that it's a D-Brigade card, so you can play it off of the rest of your like cargo Dramon and your brigade Dramon. Being able to play this for free can potentially be like really strong disruption into your opponent. So that's why I like this card a little bit personally. But admittedly, it's kind of mid. And then Darkwing Delusion. Trash top 3. One of your Digimon with Devimon is named gets Sec +1. It's pressure.
It's so weird.
I don't know. It's just pressure.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can stack this card into your security because it's treated as Sukumon. That is correct. Yes. So yeah, it has a lot of application. It's just disrupting your opponent. Pummel Whack. When this card is trashed from your hand, draw 1. So it's Underworld's Calling. Wait, no. Oh no, you can't play this off a Cargo or Brigadra? Wait, can't? You use options, not play?
Yeah. Option don't have play cost.
This card sucks! Alright, give me a sec, chat. Whoever told me you can play this for free, I hate this card. This card is bad. Alright, goodbye. Farewell. Sayonara. Trident Arm and... Lapis, you're back, baby. Alright, good talk. Fantastic talk. Okay. That card got so much worse just now. Wow, that was crazy. That's freaking crazy. Okay. Pummel Whack.
Yeah, I feel like we both went through this conversation before.
We've maybe like specifically, but I wanted to believe. Anyway.
No, I think we've forgotten the whole play versus use cost thing before.
It'd be like that. It's fine. If it makes people feel better, I've never actually resolved the bomb off of the effect anyway, because it's just stuck in your hand. Card sucks. Man, that card is actually sucky. Alright, Pummel Whack. With this card is trash from your hand, draw 1, main, delete an opponent's level 4 or lower, activate main, security. Alright, cool. 3 costs, pop a 4 costs or low. Or
yeah, it's like it's a more aggro version of Underworld Calling.
Yeah, it's I think Underworld Calling is the more aggro version. I think this is a more defensive version, no? Because Underworld spawns a body, this pops a body. Whatever, anyway. Last card, last but not least, War Greymon, the card that I have seen so many Facebook comments say like, this is gonna break the game. 4 cost from Greymon. While you have tie, and your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 DP or more, your Agumon may warp Digivolve for 4 cost. When Digivolving, it gains Raid for the turn, and when attacking, Raid for the turn, then this Digimon may attack, and so you pass turn, you still swing, so it's basically just Blitz. And when attacking, if you have a Tamer, get security attack +1 and piercing. Okay, so this is a good card, but it's not a broken card. It's nowhere near broken.
Okay, so if you try to play like some sort of OTK Greymon deck, neat, good for you. This works, like, yeah, again, extra security tech and all that jazz, so you can do like 5 security check.
Yeah.
But again, is very susceptible in the mirror because it doesn't gain power. So you can like, there's a good chance where because this card actually does not gain power, there's a good chance that if you go into this card, you can actually not swing over a BT12 Metal Greymon, War Greymon.
Right. Yeah.
Because BT12 War Greymon can hit like 19.
Yeah.
And this would 2 DP sources only 16, right?
Well, so you would need Agumon +2, so you're 15. Egg is 15.
So assuming you have tie, egg, Agumon, Greymon, you're still
17. You're 17. With a +1000 DP egg, you are 17.
Yeah, and it's assuming you have tie, Agumon, Greymon, you'd be 19, right?
What Greymon? You're warping.
Oh, I'm talking like if you have full stack.
Oh yeah, if you're full
stack.
Like
let's say you're trying to play this as like your main boss card.
Then yes,
right?
you're 19.
Yeah, but even then, you're not swinging over. You're swinging into.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and that War Greymon can get even bigger.
Yeah. No,
so like in the mirror, this actually loses to BT12 War Greymon.
Yep.
And I don't know. Like it's a neat car. I just don't think it's that impressive.
Black-
It's just like
Black base being able to search out the ties that give you additional DP is so powerful in the mirror. Being able to gain 2,000 DP on your opponent's turn for breathing is so impactful.
yeah, the new tie giving you 2,000 DP on your opponent on all turn is insane.
Yes.
Like it's just that fact alone make this card like this card not getting DP is really like not that impressive. To be honest, I think this is a very boring card. All they did was they threw 3 keyword together and they're like, yeah, you can warp. Good job. It's like it's whatever.
I think it's a card that it reads really good, and in practice it kind of underperforms. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not.
I mean, like Greymon would be a good deck, but it's not because of this card. It's because of the rest of the engine.
Yeah, I think you can play a BT9 style of War Greymon deck with this card, especially. But at that point, you're just playing Grandis, so.
Yeah. Also, if you're using if you're trying to warp with this, it's kind of boneless. It's just like 2 checks. Yeah, because it's 2 checks.
After the turn that you warp, on the following turn, it doesn't have raid anymore. So it's just when attacking Sec +1 piercing. Woo!
It doesn't have protection, so they can be removed.
Yeah.
I think I unironically think maybe like a good yellow that can punish this aggro pure red War Greymon deadless.
Yeah, I think yellow will struggle into black, because your DP is just so much larger than whatever they can actually minus. And then
they just engine on you.
You have searchable Congo.
Oh, that's true.
You have searchable Congo.
But then you have to see all your.
Also, wait, no, you can't Angemon. What? Why? How can you Angemon? You need a Heaven's Knuckle.
No. Yeah, Heaven's Knuckle. I mean.
But at that point, Congo.
Okay.
But also like this also implies like any other deck would be any better off against Heaven's Knuckle, which is not. So
that's fair.
Yeah, you're right. So that's not like War Greymon sucks because of Heaven's Knuckle. It's like no, everything gets hit by Heaven's Knuckle. You know.
Well, the black base War Greymon deck would just be like a more grindy build, anyways.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and just in general, it's a good card.
I think this version get actually punished by Maste.
Black version or red version?
Red version.
Yeah, I think the red version gets punished by a lot of random bullshit.
Yeah. Because you actually can you even go through their retaliation blocker? No, right? Yeah, you don't actually go through the retaliation blocker.
I think somebody in chat said he's a catch-up sort of Greymon, and I do agree with that. He is a good
you can easily splash like this. This card is actually the way that they should design Secret Rare, in my opinion.
It's like a nice 1 or 2 of, you know. It's not a 4. Yeah, it's not a 4 of.
Yeah, I think if you play
Angemon's a 4 of.
Is Angemon a 4 of?
I think Angemon in yellow tribal. I think this is a 4 of.
Yeah, that's true.
In Maste, it's like a 2 of.
Yeah, I feel like Angemon's gonna be the much more expensive Secret Rare.
Oh yeah, it might be War Greymon purely virtue of being War Greymon, but as far as like power goes, Angemon is definitely the better Secret Rare.
War Greymon art is so mid though.
Kenji?
No, War Greymon. War Greymon art is like so mid.
Kenji Watanabe art.
Yeah, I understand that, but it still looks mid.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Also, he can't just hit every single time.
So people were asking me for my War Greymon list. Where is it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay, and then I can finally starter deck Warg. Held up. Okay. So I think this was what I was testing, and it was doing very, very well. And after this, I'm probably just gonna wrap up stream just because it's been 2 hours, and I would like to eat dinner after having worked all day. But this is what I was testing personally. It's very toolbox eccentric. The main benefit is that being able to abuse your boosts, and especially training boost, right, is just so insanely powerful. Having searchable tie is very good, it turns out. Your Greymon X is not searchable, and that definitely really sucks. And you can't evolve Greymon X strictly over Agu X or the new Star Deck Agumon. But I'm willing to take that trade-off in exchange for having more consistent, like access to tie, because I think tie is so crucial for the mirror, and I think the mirror is really where you want to invest lots into. And so the deck, it looks like a Ying deck because it's a bunch of 1-ups, but like it's Greymon, so it's extra privileged in the sense that everything is searchable, you know. So yeah, this is what I've been testing with a little bit, and it's been doing pretty well. The BT12 War Greymon as well as the Gaiomon will give you a really huge edge in the mirror matchup especially. And with the Black War Greymon, you punish a lot of Tamer reliant decks, and then off of the Black War Greymon, you can go into the Gaiomon, and then you can continue to extend plays from there. So that's a little like nifty package. At worst, Black War Greymon is a blocker that when it pops something, unsuspend, and then you have access to the ties, making it even beefier. You play the 1 Advance of Courage as well, so it's unaffected by Digimon effects, and that's a searchable Advance of Courage. So good, my god!
You should test this into Vincent.
Vincent was like, dude, the Black War Greymon match was finally salvaged. You don't play Hades or Black War Greymon BT8 anymore. And I was like, hey, about that, bro. Who's been testing Agumon Coat, by the way? I haven't tested it extensively. I've kind of like messed around with it a little bit. If we were to build Agumon, how would we go about that? So let me.
I do. Maybe I should build that deck. I do have 4 alternate Agumon sitting.
Yeah. Okay,
in storage.
So let me think. Hypothetically. Let's see, because you play new Agumon, right, for sure. Play new Agu,
yeah.
You play new Greymon, you play, let's see.
Well, you have to play the warp, the old Agu too.
Which new Agu? Oh, which old Agu?
BT6.
Yeah, you play BT6 Agu. You play 3 Bond of Courage, you play 4 Tai, you could funnily enough, Coralmon, you play Coralmon.
Yeah.
Plus 1,000 for free. You could play Agu X, funnily enough, but I don't think you need to.
No, I think you just play Greymon.
Yeah, I think so too. This Agumon was actually really good. Okay.
I think yeah, that's fine. I still think you play 2 of the promo Agumon to give 2k just to have more DP.
No, I agree. I for sure agree.
Yeah. You play the new Greymon, and then you play
Skull Greymon. I think this card is like really strong.
Do you play security Greymon still? The extra security check Greymon?
I think so.
It's right there.
Oh. And then you can go. Let me see. Am I missing anything? You play. Yeah. Let's go ahead. You could add new tie actually. New tie is pretty good here.
New tie is good here.
Yeah. Bontai. Agunimon for hybrid, right? You need your hybrid play. You don't. Yeah, no. Okay, you play 2 old Aguni. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Wait, not Takata. Wait, not. I meant Takuya.
Yeah.
So you can play Memory Takuya as your memory tamer, and then if you evolve into a hybrid, you can hybrid.
No, I agree. Yeah. No, I agree.
Right? It's really cool.
Then don't you swap to the other Aguni?
No, because this can evolve over Tai. The other one cannot.
Wait, what's the other one condition?
Only over Takuya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you play the old Aguni because you can evolve over Tai. 39 cards, 14. We probably need a few more Agumon. Or actually, you could play Gatsu. You could play some Floodgates. We have that ability. We have the ability to play Floodgates.
Okay. We'll play Bond of Courage.
I already have it in, yeah.
Okay.
You probably need some options. Go ahead. Lightning Joust for sure, right? I think Joust is really good here, no?
Yeah, when you warp, for sure.
Well, not even just for warping, right? But with Sec plus Greymon and now with Tai, Sec plus Greymon hits 7,000, 9,000, Joust is plus 2, so you're hitting 11k? Yeah, 11k plus Coralmon, it's a 12,000 DP Sec plus Greymon.
You would play what's this?
What?
I think you play either Training or Memory Boost, and then you would play Gravity Crush.
Yeah, I think so. You play Training. What 2/2, maybe 3/2?
Yeah.
I think 3/2 because Training can search out your ties.
And then 2 Gravity.
2 Crush. Would you instead of 2 Crush, would you actually opt for more removal?
No. Just go aggro and try to win the game. I think if you're trying to play for removal, you're just gonna be playing from behind.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, okay. Ta-da! Agumon! Yay! This actually looks super playable. I'm not gonna lie. This actually looks very playable. Crimson Blaze? You could, but I guess it just really depends on how much you hate Bloomlord. Like, you can go... Hang on. You could go, instead of the Gossy one, you could play one of Crimson Blaze. And you do like that. I think this works, right? Hi, going through BT14. We just finished wrapping up BT14 set review, and I'll go ahead and also post that on YouTube as well. Possibly tonight even. Yeah, I think. What do you think of this for Agumon? What do you think?
I think it's the most playable Agumon has looked in a while.
Let's go, baby. Okay, do you go instead of 4 the new tide, you play 3 Takuya for?
Yeah, I think you don't play 4 the new tie. It's like it's okay. It's not that good.
Okay, so you got. Like,
do you even play 4 of the new tie? Yeah, I mean, do you even play like 3 of the new tie? Maybe you play like 2.
No, I think it's really good for the deck. I think it's actually really good for the deck because
okay.
off of any Agu chip, it's a +1 memory.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is like it's nifty. It's ooh. Wait. I'm cooking in my head. Hold on. Wait. Okay. We could play BT12 Greymon.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. No, you play BT12 Greymon, no?
Yeah.
So
Wait.
What?
What about one of security secret rare Greymon? War Greymon.
No, you're right. Wait, why one of? Why not 4 of? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we're kind of cooking right now, dude. What the fuck?
And then we can play the secret rare War Greymon at her 1 of 2.
Wait. Oh yeah. Wait. Let me.
Because it's like a follow-up play. Like you
could.
If you want to,
you could.
Because that would be your removal. That can be your form of removal, right?
Okay. Fuck the
That's your
Gossymon. Fuck the Crimson Blaze. All right. Okay, wait. The only issue with this is that you don't want to play too many 4s, especially a 4 that isn't like that just clogs your deck, right?
Yeah. You can play 2 of it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like 1 or 2.
Okay, we'll do like 2 of it. Nope, let's take 1. We need to cut 1 card. We need to cut 1 card for this Greymon.
14 rookies. You can cut 1 of the extra security check Greymon. It's probably not that good.
Let me see.
I think that Greymon is probably gonna end up being better just because you're getting DP, so you don't lose your stack. This Greymon is probably gonna end up dying a lot of times.
We could also just cut one of the Gravity Crushes.
Yeah, that's fine. Gravity Crush the 1 also works.
All right, boys, we're cooking. Let's fucking go. Yes. No black and red Agumon to search out Tai. I guess you could. You could do that. Let's do.
The issue. Yeah, why don't we play the dual color Agumon to search out the Tai?
What do you cut?
Just promo Agumon.
I mean, yeah, we can go down a little bit. We can cut EX Agumon straight up since it's like compensating, so we can go.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, wait, wait, Bond. Where's Bond Agu? When you play Tai 7+. I like the DP a lot. I think I'm gonna go 3/3. I think I'm gonna go 3/3 with the Bond because Bond Agu is so like weird sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, boys, we're cooking. Let's go. Wait. Oh, I forgot to bump up the Greymon. All right, we're cooking. Let's go. Wait, this actually looks kind of hot. Is it good? Probably not. Is it fun though? See, that's where the money's at, you know. This actually looks super playable. I kind of want to go play this. I'm down, dude. This looks lit. Okay, now, do you? Oh wait, I thought of something. Okay, with training boost, you can't use the training boost to go into bond.
Yeah, because I know.
Because training forces you to immediate. So is it two training and 3 boost? But training is so good in this. Nah, it's probably fine. It's probably fine.
Training grab your tamer, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
training grabs tamer. Okay, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. All right,
Yeah.
all right, lads. Start playing this deck. Test it. All right, we're gonna start a whole new wave of Agu Bon Copage. All right, I'm gonna make sure to save this deck. Hold up, this deck looks lit. Agu Bon BT14. What do I not care about?
Leopardmon?
I like Leopardmon though. Examon? No, I kind of want to keep the Examon list. Lord Nightmon? Probably Lord Nightmon. Alright, with all that being said, thank you all so much for coming to the stream. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and grab some dinner. I will make sure to upload the YouTube VOD as well later tonight. So if you want to rewatch our opinions on this stuff, and for those of you I'm talking to that aren't in the stream, you have an opportunity to go see our opinions on it. So thank you so much for watching. Peace out.